This is our fun bullshit episode that we will see where the conversations take us, and to wrap up the year of, well, I guess 6 months of our podcast, because it's now episode 26, and we started in
It's half year.
beginning of July. So yeah, not too bad. We've made it this far. So we made it past the that like average of 7 or 10 podcasts of stopping. So for now, we're gonna keep going. Maybe end up like Eric and have 500 episodes.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
Yeah, we'll see.
Good job, guys.
Yeah, it's awesome to be consistent and doing it every week. I definitely wouldn't be able to do it.
Yeah, especially when I missed 3 weeks in a row, and
Did you?
then Dom kept it going.
I have to keep picking up the slack for Mike, but we make it happen
Those are
anyway.
the ones that have got the higher ratings too. Did you notice? Yeah.
Actually, a couple of them do that. One of those is the Nick Mutton one that has like way more views than every
You
other.
need a
show we
cardboard
got.
cutout of Michael, just put him in the corner for when he's not there.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
Is he the highest
Or-
rated episode so far?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
by like
By
a-
far. Yeah.
by a lot. Not that our views are that much, but but in
17.
comparison to the other ones.
Three
Yeah,
people
we-
watched that day.
We had 3 viewers for Nick, 1 for every other episode. So
Now we're all guests, so we can watch it.
No, nobody's gonna watch it here. You can't listen to yourself talk.
I'm sure you find probably a lot more people watch it after the fact. You know, they don't catch it when it's live. When we
Oh,
do
yeah.
our lives while they're on the Facebook ones that we did with Cornell's World, we have way more viewers after. People that weren't on at the time and asking me questions about stuff. So yeah,
nice.
So sweet.
So
do introductions or what?
yeah, let's do introductions.
Yeah, sure.
So let's start with the bottom left there, Mr. Eric Burke, I would say just the one of the original podcasters of all times, even though he considers himself the second after the Reptile Radio. To me, I consider him the first. So Morelia Python Radio, Mr. Eric Burke.
What's up, man? How you guys doing?
Good. We've invited basically a lot of people just to join, have a drink with us. Eric, I hope you have a drink. So just to say thank you, see how everybody's doing, shoot the shit, drink some alcohol, and kind of go from there. I'll let
Cheers.
Michael introduce the other. There you go.
You didn't tell us we were amongst Reptile Podcast royalty, Michael.
Look
we
at
got
this.
we got a doctor in the house now.
Even more royalty.
What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Dr.
How's
J?
it going, Justin?
Doing well. Doing well. How about yourselves?
All
Life is
good.
good.
Alrighty, we got Greg and Chris from Calgary. So Greg owns Cornell's World, and Chris also used to work for Greg, and also
A
was on
random
the
dude he
show
found off the
Scaled.
street,
Yeah.
pulled me in. Sounded fun.
Oh yeah.
Drinking buddies.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are the guys that I do degenerative things on Reptile Show weekends with.
Yeah, like we're the bad
I
influence.
don't know what you're talking about, Michael.
One more drink.
All I know is when we show up, there's a cooler full of booze there, and it's not me that brought it. So
Yeah, that is true.
And I guess we'll introduce Dr. Julander, fellow podcaster with one of, I'd say, right up there with my top 2 favorite shows. I'm going to have to give it for Morelia Python Radio for my number 1 just because it's the original. But Reptile Fight Club, I especially, and I got to give you guys flowers. Your last 2 or 3 shows, there's been a tiny bit more fighting, and I've been very impressed. And I've even noticed that Rob called me out a couple of times on it. So I'm gonna say good job to you guys. It's
right.
always enjoyable to listen.
I appreciate it. It's fun to do, you know. We gotta keep it lively, right?
It's like having
yeah.
the 2 nicest guys in herpetoculture doing Reptile Fight Club.
As Dom says,
it's like a big guy you
the,
call tiny, that kind of thing.
oh, pretty much. It's like the reptile science podcast for the most part, but it's fantastic.
I love the science part.
So
You can
it's
check out
it's
my
like
Reptile podcast for sure.
oh yeah,
It's been
yeah.
a blind spot for me for years. So I get more into podcasts lately, so I'm gonna be checking out more of these guys. So I'm looking forward to checking out your guys' stuff.
Thanks.
Oh, you'll have a backlog with Eric's. He's only been doing it for 15 years. No big
Nothing wrong
deal.
with that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
he's
yeah.
still smiling. So he must be doing something wrong. Everybody else is just grumpy and angry when they're that long.
Yeah, I just love carpet pythons. That's all.
Ah, there you go.
He survived the year, so he's he's rejuvenated.
Yeah. Yeah. Almost didn't continue after this year. We were all worried.
Very close, almost.
Something happened,
Yes.
or can you fill us in?
Burnout.
Happened.
I don't know. I was sick for a while. Doing it for 15 years, please, takes a toll after a while.
Imagine.
No, we
And
don't.
a very-
We don't know.
and a very poor intern that won't pick up the slack. Come on, Lucas.
Oh yeah.
You're supposed to pick up the slack.
But a wonderful, marvelous co-host.
Yeah. I would
That
be
loves
happy
good
with
things
Owen
to be
just
said
picking up
about
some. Yeah, Owen just picking up some slack.
Oh, we just assume Owen's not going to touch technology unless he absolutely has to. I think I
always
sent him an
assume-
invite for this too.
Yeah, we did. He said he might pop on. I always assumed that Lucas would take over for you guys at some point, or would be like the filler, like if one person stopped doing it or something like that. But
Right.
surprised he didn't.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel I'm kind of weird with that. I think it's even like with music, like you can't have Led Zeppelin without the four of those guys. And if you took out John Bonham and replaced him with somebody else, it's just not Led Zeppelin. It's never going to be it. It can be great, but it's not going to be the OG. So I kind of look at Morelia Python Radio like that. Like part of the dynamic is the dynamic between me and Owen. And if it was somebody else, it's just not the same. It's just I don't know. It's weird.
Oh,
It's
for
not
sure.
that you can't, and it's not that other things don't sound good, but you can't do that. I'd have to do like a solo podcast or something like that. If I
The
couldn't.
Birkening.
I couldn't do it. Like, and I guess too because I've been doing it so long with them. I guess it's like being married for like 20 years and then, you get divorced or something, you get married again. You're like, wait a minute, this is weird. I don't know.
Yeah, 15 years is a pretty long relationship
Yeah, I know.
these days.
Longer than any of my relationship. I guess it's still early though. I can still break up with Michael and find another host. It's not too late for me yet.
That's how we found out.
Yeah.
By
Better
the way,
make sure you
Rick,
really like them.
yeah, just a black square over Michael.
So Michael, for Christmas, you might need a backup plan.
Yeah.
Okay. Damn it.
Yeah, I already lost my
Eric,
first
you're
co-host. so.
you're a carpet guy. What does Dr. J keep?
Mostly
He wrote
Australian
he wrote the
pythons.
carpet book.
Carpets as well, sorry.
Carpets, yeah. Carpets, mostly inlands, jungles, few other nice assorted carpets. And then Antaresia, all the Antaresia, and
love them.
Aspidites,
Nice.
and some knobtail geckos, some Egernia, skinks,
Cool stuff.
blue tongues. So, yeah, good times.
He's also co-authored. Is it four books now?
Well, if you count the second edition, it's 5. But
Oh, okay.
I have one coming out here soon, and then another one in the works, and then always starting something new. So yeah, a few books.
Different subject matter on the other ones, or just updating, or what's?
I've done the complete carpet python, and then the second edition of that book, and that's kind of
Okay.
our big work. And then I've done one on knobtail geckos, all of these with co-authors, and then one on green tree pythons, one on Antaresia, the Antaresia genus, and then my latest one is a field guide to the reptiles and amphibians of Utah. So that's where I live. So that'll be coming out soon.
Oh,
And then we're working on an Aspidites book, so womas and blackheads.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, see, I'm old school. Like I've been keeping stuff since before the internet, like late '80s. So it was always books, 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 right? So I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of having a book in hand. So I still, when we go to shows, when we do it down to the States, we got, the Standbill book and got, Warren to sign it. And, I just like to have books, and that's fine.
Yeah.
It's great. There's lots of, digital stuff, but give me a book, man. Yeah. I see the big
Yeah.
behind Eric there. Yep.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
got,
All
I've got
about
a
the
big
book.
stack.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm
Nice.
working on more books. Got to have other books to.
Do you release them digitally too, or just printed?
We haven't. No, it's just been physical copies thus far.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm sure Eric has probably scanned copies of a bunch of books. But, yeah.
With the you got to get the Phil Wolf voiceover or the Nipper Reed voiceover on all those.
That'd be awesome to do an audiobook with Phil or Nipper or somebody.
Like Sam Jackson or
You
something.
know, Nipper did in the first edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, did he do a chapter or something?
No, he did the whole book.
He did?
Yeah.
What?
I have
I
the
didn't
whole
know that.
book on audiobook from Nipper Reed.
No way.
Hello.
I got to get a copy of that.
Tonight.
If I don't
we're
get a
talking
copy, I'm going to
about-
have to sue him, Copyright infringement.
I wonder if I can. Maybe I can make it some kind
Yeah,
of
you
pod
can.
thing and send it to
Yeah.
you.
Oh, geez. Yeah, I guess.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
It's funny. He does like this thing where he goes, "Are you sitting down, mate? All right. Tonight we're reading about the jungle carpet pythons."
Nice.
It's the best.
Anything in a British accent sounds way more intelligent and intellectual than it needs to be. Like
Yeah.
immediately, just takes it to that level.
Oh, yeah.
Nipper was the one who inspired the field guide to the reptiles and amphibians of Utah. So we were hoping it would be ready for Christmas this year, but he was coming over to Herp, Utah, and he's like, I can't find a field guide. I'm like, oh, there's one. Just look on Amazon. Like, no, there isn't one. I'm like, I looked. Oh, there isn't one. I thought there was one. So he's like, why don't we write one? Okay, let's do it. So
There you go. That's awesome.
Yeah, Chris, you gotta do the reptiles and amphibians of Alberta. That'd be
Yeah, there you go.
not too bad.
Like, that'd be a short book. There'd be like 4 of them.
pamphlet.
BC one's not
Yeah.
too much bigger, and they
Yeah.
made that
No,
one. into,
BC's
like,
got tons of stuff. What are you
size.
talking about? The only lizards we got here is the desert shorthorn ones, and they're like in the bottom corner. They're like just a little pocket
Yeah,
by
that's
Milk River.
true.
That's it.
Yeah.
I
At
thought
least
the
we
only
got-
lizard was a
We
five-line
got
skink.
garters, bull snakes, and rattlers, and that's it.
You
There's some racers near Saskatchewan border, but I don't know if I believe that. It's allegedly some rubber boas have crossed the Rockies into southwest Alberta, but again,
Allegedly.
there you go. There's your book.
2 species of garter snake and
Yeah.
1 salamander.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like you
Oh yeah,
said.
right. Sorry, I always forget the amphibians. Jesus. There you go. Maybe there's more.
Yeah, I guess we got 2 lizards and then 1 extirpated shorthorn lizard that may or may not have even lived here, because it was like 1 specimen in 1900 collected at like the Osoyoos border. So it's like,
Jeez,
Well, they
we
definitely
got
aren't here
more
anymore.
Amphibians alone than we have everything here.
yeah, that's probably true. We
Yeah.
probably got 5 to
Just
7,
some
maybe
newts
8
and
salamander
salamanders
species.
alone. You forget the
Yeah.
frogs even.
Yeah, then we got a bunch of frogs
Yeah.
in the interior and on the coast, and actually
Weird
quite a
that
few snake
animals-
species when you think of it.
Weird that ectotherms don't like it when it's 30 below.
Although
Yeah,
your
I
guys'
think-
laws are a bit different too, with some of the stuff we can't keep there.
Yeah.
And 30 below, that's in Celsius, not Fahrenheit for our American friends.
Yeah. Right. Sorry. Yes. It's Celsius. So I forget. I know. I forget where it actually meets again. It's like -50 or something. 40 is it? Yeah, somewhere like that.
Utah has been my favorite place to herp in the state so far. That place is
Yeah.
beautiful. It's if
was
you haven't
so impressed when we
gone
drove
there,
through
oh
there.
my gosh, yeah, really nice.
I didn't realize it's so varied. Like it's crazy how many different
Right.
ecosystems you got going on there.
Yeah, we have just under 20 amphibians, about 30, 25 or so lizards, 30 plus snakes. So yeah, it's some one or 2 turtles and tortoises.
Nice.
It's a good
You got
spot.
like high desert, and there's a bunch of different
Hmm.
climate zones, I guess I should probably say more properly, or whatever. But
Yeah.
it's really
Yeah, the
cool.
Yeah, Gila
southwest corner
monsters,
is
too.
like, yeah, Gila monsters, and that's where
Yeah,
like the
Gila's my favorite
Mojave and
lizard
the,
of all time. Yeah,
uh-huh,
that's
yeah,
top of my list.
yeah, it's good. Eric was
They're
out
cool as hell.
for some herping, and we got two Gila monsters in the day, which was,
Oh,
it
nice.
was the last day too, so
Yeah.
good timing. Get
Was
those in
epic. Yeah.
there. Yeah, yeah. Good
Under the
times.
wire.
Yeah, it'd be cool to go see Utah because like that little spot was at Moab, right above
Yeah.
Arizona, where all the Arizona species just cut right into the state, and you got
Right.
like because you got what are they?
Do you get collards there too in
Trimorphodon.
Utah, or are they just Arizona? They go into Utah, don't they? Collards?
We have two species. Yeah, we have the desert
Yeah.
collared and the eastern collared, and they're
cool.
on either side of the Colorado River.
Yeah.
So
They're very cool too.
they're
Little
really
velociraptor
there's some
looking.
really
Yeah.
really beautiful ones too, like green and blue, and yeah.
Yeah.
How many do
I
we
used
find
to-
on the trip, Eric? We got like 20 or
Oh.
something in one little spot.
Yeah, that
They
one
were all
place we
over
went
the
to, the little one canyon or
Yeah.
whatever, just everywhere. They were cool.
place.
There's a guy I used to chat with online all the time on the Garter forums. Richard, he took some pictures of a collared lizard eating a mouse that is almost the same size as his body. It is insane. It's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on? He's like,
Yeah.
yep,
Right.
see it all the time. I'm like, that's crazy.
Justin's like a hawk. He can see a lizard like off a rock from like so far away. I'm
My,
like,
my special talent.
yeah.
Well, when you
Yeah,
get
it
used
is
to
if you're a
you're doing it all
herper.
the time, yeah, that's awesome. You know what to look for, right? So
Yeah, it's just that shape sticking off of the rock. Works about 70% of the time, every time.
I feel like it's unfair. Like when we
2%
go
of the time, it works every time.
Yeah.
whenever we go herping here, like basically all we see is two species of snakes. It's always garter snakes or water snakes. That's the only two snakes that we have. We have black rat snakes where we live, which is
I was gonna
considered
say.
Canada's biggest snakes. But in the 10 years I've been in Ontario, I think I've seen two ever. So they're protected and they're really hard to find. We find a couple of amphibians, and that's usually all you find here. So herping sucks compared to
Are you in
any
Ontario? or
warm
Quebec?
place. I'm in Ontario, but I'm on the border. I'm
Okay, see, I got a friend who
10-minute
grew
drive.
up in Ottawa, and she, when they go out there back in the summertime, she's like, "There's black rat snakes everywhere where they go." She's like, "There's like a sanctuary or something near wherever they spend some time in the summers there." She grew up in Iroquois, just outside of Ottawa, and there's some area near there, and it's like she's like, "There's this black rat snakes all over the place." Like she hates snakes, so she's like. Of course, because
So-
she hates them, she keeps finding them.
I was gonna
Anytime
say
you
that's
want to
what it
find them,
is.
you can't. So when you're going herping, that's a secret too. Bring somebody who doesn't like snakes, and you will find more snakes than you'll ever know what to do with.
So
Yeah.
the spot that you were talking about is called Murphy's Point, which is one of our provincial park. It's about an hour off
Yes.
of Ottawa, and
Yeah, there you
it is
go.
considered the place with the largest amount of snake species and black rat snakes for Ontario.
Perfect.
And I've been there countless times, and I'm telling you, I found two black rat snakes ever. So I did find them, and if you
She
go
was
there,
sending me pictures a couple summers ago, and like they're everywhere.
no, they're not
I was
everywhere.
like, "It's
You could
you."
smell the
Yeah,
schwees as you
bring
pulled
Justin
up.
along with you. Yeah,
That's the garter snakes.
I love those stories of they're everywhere, and then you go and don't find
Yeah.
one. And I had no, so that happened this year. We had Zach Loafman, and we went out to this spot in California, and every time I've been there, I've seen like probably half a dozen sidewinders, and I'm like, oh yeah, this is like almost a guaranteed spot. And we went out there and no sidewinders. So I'm
yeah,
like,
of course.
come
See, it's like
on,
down
yeah.
here we've done some bull snake trips for the local reptile club, and they
Mm-hmm.
never found any until I went. Every time I go, I find bull snakes. I'm like, they're easy to find. What are you talking about? I go and they're like, walk around, I'm like, here, one here, big, like, like almost 7 foot long bull snake. What the hell? Yeah. And just the only trip they found them on was the one I went on. Yeah. I'm like, they're there. I don't know what you're not seeing. Like, I'm not looking anywhere different or differently than you are. It's weird. But one of those things.
Oh yeah, for sure. I remember, yeah, like going out with Ty and last spring, and it was like kind of like that in between temperature where like at night it's getting kind of chilly, but during the day it still got up to like 10, 15, 20 degrees Celsius. So it was like warm in the sun because it was sunny out, and you didn't find a ton though because it was windy, so you had to actually like really pay attention, or else you would miss the bull snakes. And we only saw like one
Camouflage, too.
rattler.
Go figure.
Yeah. Although those prairie rattlers they look a lot like what I would think midget fadeds would look like in terms of their color. Obviously they're bigger, but they have that like, at least the one I saw had that like kind of almost more brownish red to it, kind of like a
Green.
midget
They
faded.
got a green toe too. That's the Viridis. That's the
Oh,
name. of
okay.
it, even.
Yeah.
It's green. Yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed when I saw it, it looked like a different color. Maybe it was in shed or something, but it looked
Yeah.
like how I've
Because
seen
Michael's
midget
glasses.
fadeds. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw
the
a really
Organus-
faded out Viridis.
That's how we found out Michael was colorblind.
on the edge of Utah, there was this really faded out Viridis, the Hopi, the type, I guess, whatever you want to call it. I don't think they're a thing anymore, but yeah, the really red. You remember that one, Eric? He was pretty jumpy too.
Oh yeah,
Good times. Yeah, that thing was gorgeous though.
unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
Eric, where do you live? Where are you from?
I'm in Pennsylvania.
Oh, okay. Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm right outside. I'm like an hour outside of Philly.
Gotcha. See, I should have picked up on that. We had a
You're
guy
actually
working
not
for
even
us.
that far. You're actually not even that far from me. Like, I think when I looked at it up, because I've always told myself one day I'm going to go to Carpet Fest.
Yeah,
And you're about a 9-hour drive from me. I'm just lazy. I've never made it.
That's not bad.
There's
Yeah.
a Carpet Fest?
yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
There's multiple carpet fests.
Yeah.
We need to. We should do a Canadian one.
Yeah.
That'd be a different Carpet Fest, Mike. That's at Abbotsford for sure.
Probably. Or do we just turn WCRE into a carpet fest? That'd be fine.
I was going to say, I feel like it would need to be one of the big reptile show, and you make it on that weekend if you want to make it work. But it would have to be out east. It can't be out west.
But we got all the carpet guys out here. Well, I don't know. I guess you guys are kind of taking over, though. You and Shan basically run the carpet market over at Dawn now. So.
We're all friends out here. You guys all hate each other out there anyway. You'd have nobody go. They're all like 10 separate trips going out there looking for carpets.
Yeah, that's true.
There's a lot of truth in that.
We've heard it a lot of times from everyone who's come from out east. It's weird out here. You guys are like friends and friendly, and you'll help each other. Like, it is not like that in Ontario.
Yeah, there's something about the East Coast. They just don't get along as well. Yeah, there's
That's
a
right.
lot of beef out there.
It's tough being smarter on the east.
Well, even
I tried this
Ron
West
St.
Coast East Coast battle before. It didn't end well for me. So
Yeah,
Where are you?
yeah,
West
they're
Coast?
on and
Middle.
Yeah, Ron and Alan. When Ron
Yeah.
St. Pierre went out to Alan's place Alan Rapashi's place for the first time in the '90s, and he's like, "Holy shit, you guys like don't want to kill each other out here."
yeah, you collaborate, you help each other. What's going on? Yeah,
These the Florida flesh dealers that want to
Yeah.
stab each other.
the drug dealers and all the
Oh, yeah.
trafficking that goes on in Florida.
you got East Coast. You
That was the
gotta
80s
live
and
your
90s,
life
the
with your
reptile
head on a
hobby out
swivel,
here,
man.
too.
You know.
Yeah,
You just
Yeah,
Always
don't-
on
yeah,
The Turbo Fighters go actually. Yeah.
yeah, Dom. Alberta has like a bigger reptile hobby too than most of Ontario, anyways.
There's more animals produced in Ontario than anywhere else. So I
Yeah,
wanted to
Ontario's
ask you,
way
Michael,
bigger.
out of
Yeah.
all the people you've invited tonight, did you invite any females tonight? Any women?
No.
Uh-oh. I don't think I like the
sausage fest.
That's what
Well, I
you
guess
like.
then-
This one. It's the sausage party.
That's the way Michael likes.
Yeah. Yeah, go with the sausage fest. Yeah, sausage
Oh,
fest is
God.
better. Sausage fest. No carpet fest.
Lisa, if you're still listening, if you want to come on, tell us. I'll make Michael send you a link. We'll get a woman in here just to break it up a bit. I'll see if she comes on, 'cause she's asking a lot of questions which I have no idea the answers to.
Who is?
Lisa's the best. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't been looking at that.
Lisa breeds white lip pythons and some other cool stuff.
I think she's agreed to
Chondros.
come on right in the new year. Is that what you said?
Who is she?
Yeah, I reached out. She said she would come on in the new year.
Then,
That's in
That's in
Manitoba.
Manitoba.
Yeah, it's Manitoba. I haven't been there, no.
So did you
We'll
guys
go to
hear
Manitoba
about?
unless we have to.
Did
It's
you
very
guys hear about?
stabby.
Sorry, man, it's hard. There's so many people talking. Did you guys hear about the whole thing that happened with the import order for Canada?
Which import order?
With the green tree python? Actually,
See, nobody watches.
The Nido thing.
yeah, the Nido thing.
yeah.
So MJ did a
Oh.
podcast with
Oh,
it, and
yeah.
it's about like I know a lot of the details. I don't want to go too much into it, but it's starting to be pretty much out there. And they imported a total of 35 green tree pythons, and adult, juveniles, and babies, and pretty much almost every single person that tested them came back positive, and a lot of people have been losing a lot of those animals, man. And you know what the crazy thing is? 12 of those green trees were supposed to be mine. Those were part of the orders that I put in that I got totally ripped off by the person, not the person who imported. I want to make it clear that it wasn't them, but it was coming from the same order. My animals never came in
Emails
because
to
of,
Dom@reptilerejects.com.
Maybe it's better you didn't get them.
Yeah.
It sounds like it.
Oh.
Cool. I thought
Yeah,
Nick told me nidovirus was nothing to worry about. Like it's totally innocuous.
I heard you say that a couple of times. Like I want to make it clear that I honestly
Not a
really
problem at
don't
all.
think it's as bad as people say though. I really
Well-
think that it's you can live with it, you can deal with it, but I think if you have anything outside of perfect husbandry, it's an issue. That's my
It
opinion.
depends. It depends on the strain and what species it's in, because there's a lot of different nidovirus strain or serpentovirus strains. So, and I think it's kind of a combination thing. If you get one in a species that they're sensitive to, they're probably going to die. And we're seeing that with
Is it
the green tree
is it
pythons. That are
specific too, or is it just going to
What's that?
It's not species specific, is it?
We don't know. I mean,
The strain
there's a
might be,
lot
like,
of
strains maybe, or
strains that have been detected in different species, but we don't know if they originated or if say like a green tree python got a carpet python nidovirus and it causes the green tree python nidovirus doesn't kill green tree pythons, but the carpet python does.
Right.
That
So one's
kind of
carrying it,
idea. We don't know kind of
Typhoid
how
Mary,
that's
yeah.
working or where they originated from. So it gets complicated when you have stuff coming from an exporter, in Indonesia, where they have a lot of different animals kind of
Wow.
in the same facility and
Yeah.
in close contact. And
paperwork
So-
is sketchy at best.
Yeah,
Right,
well, it
right.
makes you
So-
wonder what nido you're bringing in, right? Like if they have
Right.
they're importing and the nidovirus is spread from, let's say, Papuan water python or whatever. You name me
Right.
something.
Yeah.
I don't even know if that existed there. But and then it goes into the green trees. Then you bring it here and then you spread it. At that point, you never know what strain you have, and your animals might be fine with one or two or three specific strains, but it might not be okay with the other one. So I can see how
Exactly.
that would be a fear.
That's kind of the
Yeah,
thought.
kind
And
of
then
complicated.
right, and then there's some we've seen it in the wild in shingleback skinks where they were all dying of nidovirus infection and being very severely affected. So it just depends on a lot of things.
No, for sure. Yeah, no, that's good stuff. So, just a quick question. So, Dr. J, what are you a doctor of?
Virology. Yeah.
There you go. Okay, I had a feeling. I'm like,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
This is
And
somebody who
please,
knows
please,
what
it's
he's
Justin, PhD. That'll do fine.
I was trying to come up with something funny like Scientology or Doctor of like folklore or something. I don't know. I was trying to come up with something.
Yeah.
On Lisa's comment when she's talking about heat therapy, so I know
Mhm.
of about 8 animals now that have been treated with the heat therapy with complete success.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I
I-
think
I
Stephen
don't
Tillis
know.
kind of did the work on that. Yeah. They haven't
A lot of
published it
people-
yet.
When you say heat therapy, you're talking like the old school, just crank the heat up a little, like
Yeah.
just to
Put
kind
it
of boost
Way
the,
more than the little.
boost the immune system, like raise the temperatures up just to boost the immune system. Kind of
What is it, like 90 degrees for a couple
No,
weeks and
higher
put
than
them in an
that, so
incubator? Yeah.
If you look at the numbers, it's 95 for 15 days, like give or take,
Yeah.
and so you're like at the borderline of most pythons survive but could die at that temperature is the best way to put
Right.
it. Like
Yeah, and if they're already having symptoms, that could push them over the edge too. You know, if they having a hard
They're
time
already
breathing.
weakened. If they're already weakened, that
Yeah.
could kill them too, right? That's a lot of
Right,
things, though,
so-
right? A lot of the medications,
Yeah.
even the parasite meds can kill them if they're weakened, right? So,
Right, right.
you
And
know.
you a lot of times you're on kind of, depending on the drug, you're on the edge of
Yeah.
toxicity. You know,
Yeah.
you trying
Yeah.
to give them a strong enough dose to
Yeah.
kill it, but not to kill them.
for years, I fought people prophylactically, treating their animals, like treat
Mhm.
it if there's, you see something or, there's signs of, or have tested for, but just treating them for, just in case, you're going to lose a lot of animals needlessly.
Right. Yeah.
Oh
And
yeah.
I mean, a lot of reptiles live with parasites in the wild just fine.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what
Because they can shed them and they've got space to move and they can poop over here and it's not going to keep, the cycle gets broken, right?
amplifying
Because there's so much space, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, I
mean,
think.
I'm not telling you, like.
No, no.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not a parasitologist either. So
Yeah.
there's
Yeah,
some
there's-
pretty crazy, complicated lifestyles of
realities,
those
yeah.
parasites. Like they go
Yeah.
through a snail and then in a fish and then
Yeah.
a bear or something, like this weird, complicated. It's pretty
Yeah,
amazing.
a bird eats the poop and or whatever. Yeah,
Mhm.
and something happens.
Yeah.
I know it's all crazy.
Oh yeah.
Neat.
A lot of guys that buy a lot of imports and stuff. I don't think they even do the shotgun anymore. They just
Right.
keep them for a couple
Yeah,
of
we're
years.
used to it.
Yeah.
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 You
Now
know,
the
I
thing
used
is
to
like
bring it
keep
to
them
one
for a
of the-
couple
I
of
used to
years
buy
and
a lot
then
of that
then
stuff,
treat
and it
it,
was
maybe.
scary.
Mhm.
I'm like, give it to me before you treat it. Give it to me. I'll deal with it. I'll quarantine it and I'll keep it. I know what to do.
Yeah.
When the time comes, but I don't want to treat it just in case because they're going to end up killing it maybe for no reason. So
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah,
whole
I think
other-
I think the thing with
God damn
there
it.
you go.
I was gonna say I'm still unsure if ever I got imports if I would treat my. After listening to so many people talk about it, I feel like I would probably get it, rehydrate the shit out of it, leave it alone for a couple of months, and then probably treat it at like the 3 month mark or something. And judging by everybody's comments, I feel like that's the right way to do it. But everybody seems to have somewhat of a different therapy, and to be honest, wild caught is not my thing. I've literally never owned a wild caught snake in my life, so it'll change one day. But as of right now, that's not my thing.
I used to be. I've like so much stuff back, like late '80s, early '90s. Like most stuff coming in was all wild caught, right? So
Mhm.
it wasn't the
Eric
the
knows
robust
that well.
breeding programs we have now. What's that? What'd you say?
Yeah, when I was a kid, everything my dad had was wild caught.
Yeah, there you go. Like my first IJ I bought was one generation from the jungle. Like, what was his name? Bergman, Phil Bergman, Carol Bergman. Yeah, Carl Bergman. Yeah, big, like a 7 foot IJ, legit 7 foot IJ python right from the jungle, pumping out babies. I got his second litter of babies. I got one of those. I'm like, this is
Nice.
awesome. Yeah,
Cool.
that's back then.
That's
Don't see that now. Try to
that's
find a pure
Eric's
one
favorite
too.
species.
Good luck with that.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's probably your guys. Yeah. They're
Oh, yeah.
laughing.
There's no one on here that likes IJs. You know that, eh?
I didn't either. They were like, I like the look of them, but
What are you talking
my
about?
God, they're like,
I was waiting to see if he
deal
was
with?
going to react.
I can.
Like he's lumping me into
Like,
that group.
I'm pretty good at the experience I have reading the body language of these things. Like, I'm like, I don't know what it's going to do. Is it going to bite me or not? Like, you look like you might not. I don't know what's going to happen. They're weird. That's just-
Yeah.
Eric has some freaking fantastic West Pop IJs, and that they're he has like a melanistic line almost that he's not going to call a line yet until he breeds them a few more times. Although Robbie Pebbles clarified that you had a lot more eggs and it only or no, the clutches were super small and that's why you only had a few animals from the clutches and it wasn't
Yeah.
just like
Yeah, I'm
were-
not doing Owen clutches where it's like 25 babies per clutch. You know, I'm not doing that. No. I'm usually like 10,
7-pound
12, 15, somewhere in that range
yeah.
is where
It's unfair. Owen's not here to defend himself.
he wants 25 egg clutches. That's more things he could sell at the show. I don't want that. I want less. I just want the one or two that are the rest they can go, you know.
So you Morelia guys, are you seeing more of a push for trying to keep the species pure now again, or is there still a big more push and just everything's all muddy? Like it seemed to.
I
same
think
thing
there's
with
just two camps, and you're
Yeah,
either in one
I-
camp or the other camp.
Agreed.
And the people in the one camp, we don't fight with each other. Well, I don't see where they fight. They used to fight, but I don't know.
I mean,
Maybe I'm just not in tune with that.
I don't think it's as much anymore. I think, yeah, social media kind of killed those those fights and the disagreements. Now they're gone so quick, nobody knows about them. You know.
well, I don't even mean the fights. I mean, like, are you seeing more? Because it seemed like for a long time there was, because of the whole morph thing, and people see dollar signs that don't understand how
Oh yeah, that
keeping
happened.
breeding reptiles actually works. They were just mix and match and everything, and then
Yeah.
it was really hard to find any kind of somewhat pure examples of, locality and all that kind of stuff, and a lot of those.
I think
So
for
I
me,
more of a push
it's-
now to keep that pure, or
I think for me, it's the whole idea of just saying that the stuff that we have to begin with was pure. So this idea that
Right.
we're holding on
Of
to
course.
this, like they're pure,
Yeah.
and it's like,
Yeah.
yeah,
no,
I don't
because
know.
we're not releasing it back to the wild, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
I
Snakes
get
and
the-
In the big
boxes.
picture.
Yeah,
I like to try and keep.
I get
Otherwise,
the
you end up
idea
with
of
gray-
having like a
big gray and
representation,
brown snake.
of each type
Right?
of what
Yeah.
you would see in the wild, but
Breeding them true to type, and if there's
I'm
'cause
not as
as
intense.
we know in the wild, there's a bit of where the ranges overlap and stuff for different species and things happen, but
Yeah.
Right.
The carpet python's world is big enough for the both sides, I think.
But Eric, you say you're not as intense, but I bet you
Yeah.
if I asked you the last time you've bred two carpet pythons that were not the same species, I bet you haven't done that in the past 10 years.
No, the last time I did it was 2018.
All right, it's still been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while, but yeah.
I think Michael was born then.
Speaking of which, is it your birthday?
Oh, yeah,
happy
happy
birthday,
birthday.
by the way.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Although he can grow a
Thanks,
beard by
guys.
lunchtime, he shaves in the morning and has a beard by lunch. So
You know what, Mike?
That's a
I'm
talent I do not have.
44. I was gonna say I'm 44. I still can't grow a freaking beard. It takes me like 3 weeks to have a stubble.
And Mike Squatch here has one by noon. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I'm like you,
I'm-
Mike.
Yeah, I'm like 24 now.
I'm not 24.
We gotta-
I'm two
we gotta
times
get-
that.
We
Times
got a
that.
good 20-year difference.
Times two.
At that age, you still count how many months old you are.
My marriage is older than you.
Yeah. I've got
My
I've
podcast
got
is older than
scars
you.
older I definitely got scars older than you. Brother. A lot of scars older than you.
I don't know if I'm supposed to join in or make it or try to protect Michael here.
Well, you said he's going in the new year, so
That's right.
That's
You
true.
already said you're dropping him, so.
Hey, wait! This is supposed to be a drinking show. Everybody, put up a glass for Michael's birthday.
There you
Oh,
go.
Everybody got one?
Michael's in
Caught, empty-handed.
Michael.
I'm gonna assume Eric that has alcohol.
Cheers.
I forgot to grab something.
And with that, gentlemen, I'm going to have to sign off and go to bed.
Oh,
I'm
Sorry, Eric.
The
exhausted.
early riser. Apply the
It was a
hood.
pleasure to
Yeah.
meet you. It was a pleasure to meet you, sir.
Yeah, likewise. Yes, yes.
so Eric, being the end of the year, I want to say, well, for myself, maybe for Reptile Rejects, a big thank you. Everything you've done for the hobby, really appreciate it. Fucking
Yeah,
cool
thank you.
guy. Love that you're still doing it, and I hope you've got another at least 5 years in you. Because I love listening to your shows, and you're a good friend. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thanks for joining us, Eric.
Yeah, absolutely. I told Owen we're locked in for another 5 years at least because nobody's ever going to make it to 20.
There you
Nobody's
go.
ever going to be able to be 20.
No,
You
there's no
gotta
point.
be
That
the
is true.
first, Eric. It's gonna be you.
And then we quit. Then Justin and
At the
Rob can
record.
take over.
Yeah, right. I don't know about that.
Owen's
one of
contract
these
is
guys.
up for negotiation then.
Yeah, yeah. All right, gentlemen. Happy holidays to everybody, and look forward to seeing you guys in the new year. Love the podcast.
Awesome.
You guys are doing a great job. Yeah, keep it up.
Thank you. Good
Thanks,
night,
Eric.
Yeah. All right.
Have a good one.
See you guys.
Awesome.
And then there were 4.
Yeah, we're like Michael's uncles busting his balls all the time.
Yeah, that's about
Fake
right.
uncles. Yeah, he comes and hangs out with us all weekend at the shows. Works for Ty part time sometimes.
Sometimes I help Greg.
Works, yeah.
Works.
So in all honesty, though, I think one time I'm gonna do a plane ride and go meet up with you guys. I just want to experience it one day because I feel like I don't
Oh.
get that on the in Toronto side. But even then, you partied when you came down for the Toronto. I just come for the day because it's a 5-hour drive. Spend the whole day and I drive back. This way I don't have to spend thousands of dollars. Right? It's just a
Yep.
$50 a day for charging or gas, whatever, and that's it. Right? So it's a much easier.
Yeah, please do. You know, it's such a good, like any of the guys. So for all the years we've been doing, and Greg's been doing the expos, everybody that's come out from, you know, like Addy and Ina Grant, all these guys that all come out, they've all said the same thing. Like, it is such a different vibe out here. They're like, it is like night and day. It's that's why Nelson comes out every year all the time. He's like, you guys are my friends. He goes like, it's, you know, it's a, you know, it's a different atmosphere out there. It's you know, a lot more. I don't know. I don't even know how to put it. More, you know, not buttoned down, but just it's very different, very cutthroat. You know, here, if I don't have something, I'll walk somebody to a table who's somebody who has it. Even if I breed it and keep it, like I'm like, well, this guy has it too. Or, you know, if you're not happy with these, then go talk to him. Or somebody I know that's a good breeder, go talk to that guy or that guy. Like my real world job is sales, and you got to look at big picture and long term stuff. And people that are too narrow minded and focused on dollar signs never last. And when you're cutthroat and you behave that way, that's not long term thinking. That's very short term thinking, and that's why they come in and out of the hobby. They come in hot and hard, and they always leave. Anybody that's been around for a long time has seen hundreds of people come and go. They were going to change the world. We're going to do this and that, and they never
See,
do.
the problem with this hobby is what like I truly hate about this whole hobby is the sales part. Like I hate dealing with people. I hate dealing with selling. I hate dealing with one person at a time and having to text them forever. Like I've got a few people in my messages. I swear to God, I probably have a thread that is about like 80 pages long because I sold them one snake for $150 like 4 years ago, and I'm still goddamn answering the questions, right? And a lot of the questions, I swear,
Yep.
if I went back 2 years
Yep.
ago,
Hopefully they're not
just
watching.
repeating.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
if
You
they
know they're
are-
watching. Yeah.
if
Yeah.
they are,
Oh,
I'm
sorry.
sorry, but you don't know who I'm talking about, so it could be anybody. But some of them
Yeah.
are like, so that's why, like for me, I've always told myself I'd love to vend a show. I think it'd be fucking cool. I've never done it. I don't want to put the time into it. I don't want to invest because every year I eventually sell it. I literally have 7 or 8 animals left for sale. Like, why do I care? I produce about 100 or so, and we're down to
Yeah.
7 and I haven't even started putting things together again this year. So I
I
don't need to
don't
do it.
ship or sell animals otherwise because I every year I breed stuff. I usually sell it locally or the guys at the shows here, so I don't have to worry about putting them out there. Like I usually just do that, so it works out. I had a guy one time from Japan come out and show him. I bred. Well, I was one of the like at the time. It was only me, John, and Mel that were breeding, and a couple other people that were breeding blue tongue skinks in Canada here, and yeah, so people from Japan came out, and I'll take them all. What can you do? I'm like, well, I'm going to sell them, so this is the price. Okay. No discount. Took them all. Like, sweet.
No
okay,
discount.
Greg, I'm done. He goes, what? I'm like, I sold everything. He's like,
That would be the epitome of my show is like
Yeah.
Saturday morning to sell
Yeah.
everything. I do,
Yeah.
Which will never
I
happen.
mean, that's only happened to me one time, but I always, you know, typically what I have, I don't usually have stuff left over. Or if I do, it's a few animals. The worst is when you have 2 or 3 snakes on your table. Because, like, if you have a bunch of stuff, people are going to buy stuff. If you got 2 or 3 animals left on your table, for some reason, it's like, nah, I got to go talk to somebody else. Because it looks like you just have to the animal. I don't know, it's a weird thing. But, anyway,
yeah.
for me, it's because I don't try to sell. And that's the kind of the key to sales is not selling. And it works. It's just,
Or-
you know, giving
and
I'm
more
really good at
information.
not selling.
And being authentic and being honest about stuff, right? No, but like just like legitimately, just knowing your stuff, not bullshitting anybody, don't lie to it, tell the truth, and being personable and affable and not sitting in the back on the chair on your phone, at the expo all day. Actually, I literally talk to every single person that walks by. It's like a running joke, right? My Tyrone, he's the same way. None of us sit down at a show ever. We don't have chairs behind our table. So
Maybe
Stop.
for maybe for just a little bit. When we finally
Grab
get food, because we finally have a
some
breather.
lunch.
Sometimes on a Sunday in Abbotsford, that's different. And I'm not selling my stuff there, so it's different. But
I'm
I'm still
curious.
it's
Going to the
I
drink
think
cooler.
I think with the sales, like it's more having a conversation. Like myself personally, if I feel like somebody's like really pushy with trying to seal a deal, it just
I
kind of
turned down so many sales. I'm like, no, like this isn't, you get people asking the wrong questions and stuff. You're like, no, like this is what this is, and this isn't gonna be right for you. It's gonna be a problem. So you should look for something else. These aren't gonna be right for you. And I got no problem doing that because it's easier for me to do because I'm a hobbyist. I've been doing it for a long time, but this isn't my primary source of income, right? I do this on the side for fun. Love the animals, love the hobby, and all that stuff, and for that, so it's probably easier. But I mean, even in my sales job, I operate the same way, and it's how you have to operate. But I mean, Greg's the same way. It's his primary source of income too. It's Cornell's world, but he turns down sales too when somebody's coming at him with the wrong way, like where it's clearly going to be a disaster. Like this is like, nope, we can't. This isn't going to work. You got like a tortoise and like a 1 foot. You want to buy that? No,
Yeah.
can we just not?
It's funny that you said that because in Abbotsford, that was exactly when he started saying that. Is the one time that I specifically remember. They had just bought a Herman's tortoise and they were looking at like the Reptizoo acrylic cages as if it was gonna live in that for its life. And it's like it's gonna be fine if you take it home in that, but that's about the only purpose that's gonna serve. Yeah.
You can't just stuff it in there.
People.
Yeah.
This reptile hobby would be awesome if there wasn't people in it.
It's turning into an old grumpy farmer right in front of my eyes.
Oh, yeah.
I think we're all there.
Tyrone, get off my lawn.
Yeah, exactly. Been hanging around Tyrone too long. We're turning into the same grumpy old man. Yeah, I know you're right. I told you that earlier. Yeah, like you're thinking.
What about you, Justin? How do you sell your animals? Just by curiosity, because I don't think you do shows also, right?
I do some local stuff. I used to do like a couple shows in California, and those worked out pretty well. I remember the first one. I used to be business partners with Ben Morrill, who does Rare Genetics Inc. And we went out to California, came home with like a drug dealer wad of money, like several $1,000s, and we thought, we've discovered the secret, But and the show kind of waned from there. But I like doing shows. I've done Tinley once or twice, just with friends. They let me have a little space on their table or whatever. But I was mainly out there to give like a talk at a symposium or something. But I like doing shows. I like visiting with people who are into reptiles, and I feel it more of like it's kind of an educate the public day, when you're just standing and because most of the stuff I have is not like the common stuff that everybody knows about or wants to keep. So like maybe they've heard of a children's python, but not the other species usually, So I feel like I'm just educating all day rather than really selling much. And then I decided to I might as well try this Morph Market thing. And so I got a Morph Market account and sold like a bunch of stuff right off the bat. It's amazing what you can do when you put up an ad or two. So I'm just really lazy at sales. Like I just figure, if they haven't heard of me, I don't know if, if they really want my snakes or whatever. So, yeah.
Well,
but
most people in this hobby do sales wrong anyway, so that's good. Like
yeah, I'm a terrible seller.
I don't do other shows like around about the same thing. I don't do online. But if I had more stuff, I probably would have to. But I mean, at one point I had 1,000 animals. Now I'm way down to like around 40 animals. Nice, small,
manageable size.
Manageable size. When it's a part-time thing, you got 1,000 animals. That's a lot of work.
It's almost
I don't keep and I've never kept ball pythons, boa constrictors, leopard geckos. I did do cresties and gargoyle geckos for a few years, like way back. And did leaf tail geckos. I've done a lot of weird stuff and odd stuff and then interesting stuff. Some kukri snakes back in the day that nobody's keeping, the LaCroix ones. And some other stuff, but just like all, more colubrids and stuff, the jumpy and worthless stuff that, but that's what I like. So I keep stuff I like. And then,
Right.
sales are slow-ish.
Who the hell's that bald guy?
Some years, and then there's
I was gonna say, who said that?
who is that guy? Who is that guy? I told you, I'm just some guy. Greg pulled it off the street. I don't even know what any of this is. Anyway, yeah.
It's a bring your neighbor to work day.
I'm curious. I'm curious about have any of you guys
Took me 40
actually
minutes to get here,
seen?
Greg.
Has any of you seen Don Patterson in real life?
That's
I have. I went to
Really?
his house.
Okay.
And he
All
was
right.
not what I expected.
okay. Wait. I need to actually know what, because this is a big joke. Because he
Yeah.
literally doesn't post a picture. He doesn't have a Facebook.
Yeah.
I've talked to him
Yep.
forever, and so
Yeah.
you need to tell me. Like, I joked about him. Like, is he Asian? Is he Lebanese? Like, what is he? So I want to know.
I have signed an NDA, and it is not allowed.
I'll you a picture, and Greg is terrible.
The funny thing is because like obviously I don't even know if at that point I had talked to him, just like messaging and stuff.
I've been telling him stuff, years ago.
Yeah.
A bunch of his foundational blue tongues came from me.
Okay.
The northern blue tongues, sorry.
Okay.
Just
Yeah.
the
But anyways, yeah,
Those
it was
fucking
because of who
crazy
I was with,
westerns.
he invited us.
Those are awesome.
not the crazy morphons, yeah. Because they're not partners.
Yeah, no, I like, because I had always heard of this Don Patterson, like, I mean, I thought he was 20, 30 years older than me, and like, I don't know,
He's 12.
he was maybe, I don't remember how old he was, but he was
Yeah.
a lot younger than I expected.
Yeah, but he's got to be my age because I've been talking to him for, like, I was
Yeah.
talking to him in the late 90s. And
Yeah, he's
like,
been
so
around.
I'd say he's mid-50s now. at
Okay, yeah.
most.
I'm 44,
At
so I was going to say he's got to be around 50 because I think he's older than me.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's older than me. I'm 46 as well, so yeah, he's the oldest juvenile delinquent I know.
Yeah, I've talked to him on the phone a few times. A really cool guy and has some amazing
Yeah.
animals. But yeah, I've
He's
never
amazing.
seen
Emails
him
and
or-
interacted
Yeah.
for years with him.
Right.
It's great dude. Like
Yeah,
top
yeah.
guy.
I'm trying to think. So there's a lizard that's invasive in Victoria where he lives, and I'd never heard of it before, and now I can't think of what it was.
Italian wall
I think
lizard.
it might be. Sorry.
Italian
Maybe
wall
so.
lizard.
Oh,
Oh yeah, yeah, that might be it. And it was basically a roadside.
Lacerdas?
No.
Or does
No,
it-
they're,
roadside zoo that
They're like
basically
another
shut
little European
those
lizard.
50 looking thing.
the
Oh, there
but
you go.
anyways, this lizard that became
my
invasive
shirt.
was because of a roadside zoo. A guy from Europe had this. Yeah, it's a sweet shirt. I'll have to get one.
So Shan made this shirt for me, and Michael, you've got one coming for you too.
I have it. I wore it, and then I can't find it, so I'm not wearing it. Because I was trying to find it, and I literally can't fucking find
He
it.
made it for you for this show.
I know.
He put my name on the side. Look at
I know he put my name on it too. I don't know where it went.
The guy
I
fucking is
tried looking
amazing.
for like an
Is it
hour.
Michael says sub.
TBD.
It's just written
be
ASS
determined.
for his name.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sexy shit, Dom. I don't even know
I
who's
have no idea.
talking, but thank you.
I have no
appreciate
idea.
it.
I just have to look it up.
I just have Tony's shirt on right now for responsible
you-
reptile keeping.
What are you drinking, Michael? Is that kokanee? Like the water beer?
Water beer.
The Sasquatch bear.
It says 5% on
It's
it.
his people,
Is it kokanee though? That tastes like water.
but it's the beer of his people.
Well, it's this, or I usually have Paps on here. I just felt like changing it because it was the only 24 pack
God.
I could find.
That's Blue Ribbon. Ooh.
I don't know.
All
I like
right,
it better
yeah.
than Molson.
I got to jump, but it's great to hang out with you guys, and congratulations on your show, and keep up the good work. I've been enjoying your episodes and looking forward to
So
more.
nice to meet you, Justin.
Yeah, great meeting you guys.
Thank you, Justin. I just
Throw
want to
all
say
my
you
questions
were
your way now. I'm like, I know him.
so Justin, you were a second guest, and I thank you for coming on. That being said, we need to have you back on because your recording sucked because of me. So when we first recorded my mic, I didn't have a mic, and the sound is terrible on your episode. Like, it's really bad. It's out there, but it's bad. So if you're willing to try to make up a makeup podcast in whenever in 2026, we'd appreciate it, because you're
For
a
sure,
wealth of
for
knowledge, and I love your podcast, and thank you for finding a little bit just for me.
Oh, of course. Yeah, no worries. Yep, happy to come on anytime.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you, Justin.
Yeah,
Good seeing
thanks.
you.
Happy birthday, Michael. We'll see you guys.
Thank you. Happy
All right.
holidays.
He turned
You too.
17 today.
Mike's in diapers now. We're so proud of
Take
you.
care, Justin.
Go, Mikey.
My birthday present next week is gonna be fucking diapers from Greg.
Not just from Greg. Yeah. I don't know. What happened to you there? Oh, it's weird with his 3.
I can change it. I have the controls.
Now we can get some chicks on.
There we
Well,
go. That's
I was
better.
gonna say, if there's any girls in the chat, man, you should just invite them.
Who's that? Arthur Fleur?
Oh,
I'm
God.
gonna grab
Well,
my-
I think that's Jay in the chat there, with the
Oh, that makes sense.
Arthroplura, with the
Yeah.
sexy shirt on.
Yep.
I can send her the
Friend
BC
egg.
Reptile Club
And then
email.
who the hell is that bald guy? Yeah,
Yeah.
that's got to be Jay. Waymer said so. Like, who? Like what?
All right, I'll let you guys talk. I got to make myself a drink.
Sounds good.
Right, I'm gonna go to the washroom. So it's gonna be Mike and Greg, the 2 least expressive and quietest men on the podcast.
That sounds about right. We
There's
usually
gonna be like
sit in
30 seconds of absolute silence now.
the sit in the corner and watch the TV.
Well, after this, we're putting on the YouTube comedy. So
Greg,
That sounds about right.
you see my shirt, resting Greg face.
Oh yeah. That was perfect, because like half the time you were just like stone faced, just staring at it while Chris was talking.
Yeah. Well, I'm not really a snake guy, so when you guys start going off on that stuff, I don't even know half the stuff that is being discussed.
Yeah, that's true. You're more of that the lizard and frog guy kind of thing.
It makes it
Although-
tough, right? When people are talking about other animals you don't keep, it's like you try to like listen, and then people just love sounding smart and spurting out their scientific. I was gonna say German, but fuck, Latin names, right? Just to sound smarter. And you're like, God damn it, I have no idea. Whenever they talk about colubrid, I have no fucking clue what they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, and even like in a podcast too, it's so weird where like if you're on it too and you have nothing to say, so it's like gotta try and like keep in on it. But if it's not something I have knowledge in, like I got nothing.
I can send you some colubrids. I can bring them with me next week. You need some Trans-Pecos rat snakes.
So I did say that I'm going to get colubrids again. I'm going to get colubrids. I want gray bands, but I don't want regular gray bands, because Shan's bred a lot of just, typical gray bands that are the non-locality. He's got the 7 Mile gray bands. The day he breeds those, I will take 2. That'll be the first time I've had colubrids in the past, but it'll be the first time in the past 20 years that I'll own colubrids if he breeds those. So I will get into them maybe one day. And don't send me a fucking package. Just say here, because I won't accept it. I'm gonna send it back.
Yeah, I just saw that video with Braden that he posted on your page, because I was like, why can't I post a happy birthday on your page? Your page is restricted for anybody just posting stuff on it. But I saw that video where he was complaining that you sent him this hissy package.
Oh yeah. Wait, I have it restricted? What the fuck?
I saw that video. Actually, it was pretty funny the way he was doing it.
Oh,
It was
yeah.
It
obvious
was,
that he was
actually.
thankful of having it.
Yeah.
That was funny. That was hilarious. Ty was
So
able
now,
to.
so now you know why nobody said happy birthday to you, Michael, because they couldn't post on your page.
But like Ty was posted it. I don't know. Maybe he just
No,
posted
but he
and tagged
posted
you.
it on his page and tagged you. That's
Ah,
different.
okay. I see.
I don't want people to know that I'm friends with you, so I didn't want it on my page.
I try to
That
hide
sounds
it
about
too.
right.
Children, though, that's why.
Hey, I have
That's a
no
running
mustache
gag.
anymore.
I tried to
I'm
make
fine.
Greg spit his drink out his nose.
I don't want anybody to know I associate with children.
Exactly. a doctor, a couple of podcasters, and 2 idiots from Animal Planet walk into a bar. And I like that show.
Yeah, yeah. Chris was on the show with
saying
Greg as well. He was like Greg's right hand man, I guess, on the show.
The project manager on Scale. Yeah.
I love these scale babies.
Yeah, I did. Oh God. I forget how it went. Something about scale babies. Yeah, they made me say something about scale. It was like, and the way they do that is they just slip you these things. Just say these things. We're doing this and this. Like you're tired. You've been working for 16 hours, whatever. We're doing some stuff. And then we just do these. We got to fit this stuff in, and just read these lines. Okay, and then whatever. And then all of a sudden, the beginning of the show, I'm like, oh God, no. I'm like our scale baby
Yeah.
or something like that. They had me saying, I'm like, oh, I don't like that at all.
Oh God.
It was, yeah, I mean, it was that part of it was interesting because in every like interview they did with you, there's something they want from you, and if they don't get it, that they'll try for a
Well,
bit and then they'll like interject and kind of say, "This is what we need," like in a
the
sense.
thing is, they do 200 hours of filming for one episode, so you don't know what the hell they're
Yeah.
doing. It's like
Well,
days of just filming and talking, like you forget, and then you're just tired, and you don't know what's going to be used or what's not going to be used. Yeah, it's ridiculous. But anyway, Dom, what are you
Yes.
primarily keeping and working with?
I'm definitely 100% a Python guy. Primarily keeping would be I'd say 50+% of my collection is carpet python. So I've got pretty much all of them. I've got Darwin's, coastals, jungles. What am I missing? New Guinea, inlands. So I've got a little bit of all of them.
Jays that everybody hates.
Which one?
Any IJs that everybody hates?
I do have IJs. That being said, all my IJs, that one I'm breeding really very specifically for the Exanthic granite project. So I've
Nice.
I now have a 1.3 Exanthic granite visual that are ready to
Nice.
breed next year. So I've been hitting them a couple of times now for the past 2 years, to the point that I have 1.2 growing up. I've given a male to Shan, and so I'd say by next year I should be able to breed visual to visual, which will literally crash the market in one season. So I'm doing that. I've got
You're
a
just
couple of
gonna
other things.
sell all females?
Yeah, I guess I could do that. But the thing is, I've sold so many like double hets or het this, possible het this over the years, and Papuans don't sell in Canada, man. Like
No.
I get shit dollars for them, like 100, 125, $150 for them. Whether they're a het for anything or whether a granite, I can get maybe 200, 225 for it. So
It's weird here. Like anything fun or interesting, like I used to work with a lot of different milk snakes and stuff, for example. Like anything tricolored does not sell in Canada. For whatever reason, nobody has any interest
yeah.
and they're gorgeous, natural. Like people are breeding stuff to look like these snakes. They're spending thousands of dollars to mimic these other snakes that are naturally beautiful. That you have those? Nah, I don't want those.
Yeah, I wonder if I think it's just small population, not a lot of people, right? And
Yeah,
it's got to be.
it's they're not big and showy, right? A lot of them are
We
like,
Yeah.
we
you know,
sold one of
4 feet.
Dom's Papuans at Edmonton.
Did you? Did you
Yeah.
get good money for it?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know.
There you go.
Ty sold it. I
Um,
don't know what he did.
Oh yeah. No, I mean poplins are great, but it's again, there's like 10 people in Canada that'll buy them, right?
But that's kind of why I've been slowly like expanding. Like I've got womas, I've got now diamond pythons, I've got a trio of rough scale pythons, I've got pygmy pythons. I used to breed spotted pythons. I've stopped doing that. I used to breed Angolan
You still have them, though?
pythons. The
Do you still have
spotted,
spotted pythons?
the
Yeah.
spotteds I've moved. I've bred them for multiple
Okay.
years. Honestly, they're just little devils
Yeah,
that did nothing for me. I've
yeah.
bred them multiple years. I've put a lot of them out there. Sold them. Shan still has a pair from me that he's breeding this year that are actually
You
locked
get-
up now.
They're difficult to get started too, right? Like
Really?
the
I've
babies.
never. They were a joke.
Really?
Every
Oh, okay.
single
I just
spotted.
heard that. I've never worked
No.
with those ones, so
So
Oh, okay.
spotted pythons, zero issues. Every single I've produced probably, I think 4 years in total, and I've never had a trouble feeder. pygmy python's the worst fucking animal in the world to get started.
Okay.
But
It might be
spotted,
maybe
like,
Stimsons, dude. You have Stimsons?
I don't have Stimsons. I'd love to have some, and I know. Did you guys see that UK Python is saying that he's retiring? Did you guys see that?
No.
I didn't see that. What?
So, Joe Caracas posted, because he's the rep for, you guys know Joe, right? He's the rep for UK Python, and he wrote a post saying that he's retiring, and that this is the last time we can order from UK Python. Which really made me wonder, like, oh, should we get these? Should we get that? And I'm like, I have so many fucking animals that I can't grow. Like, I'm in one room and I only have so many cages. So if something comes in, something has to go out. So, and I'm like looking at his list. I'm like, oh, should I get into Stimsons?
I'm gonna get more rooms soon. You can just send them to me.
You want me to?
I had the same situation with the Madagascar giant hognose. We can't keep any hognose in Alberta, just the Madagascar species. So I had the Malagasy giant hogs. And I was the first guy in at least 10 years that I know of in Canada to breed them, raising them up for babies, not brought in as adults or already, gravid or whatever. Raised them up from babies, bred them, and the babies were so easy to start. And other people that brought in wild caught that were already, pregnant or gravid or whatever, had all kinds of issues. But I found them easy. A couple of tricks was just defrosting pinkies with frogs legs, right? I had frozen frogs legs, put the pinkies in with the frogs legs, defrosted them. They're hairless. They smell like a frog now. They look like a little frog. So they would eat them. And then they transition to mice so easy. And fat little babies, awesome snakes, but nobody gave a crap. Eventually sold them all, but those were ones that took a couple shows. Like it took that year to sell them, and then ended up I know enough of the guys that do the big stuff, and a couple of guys took 2 or 3 of them for wholesale or whatever. But yeah, cool, different species that people don't keep here and hadn't worked with in forever. And then up here, the market's so small, nobody really gives a crap.
They're pretty cool though. Like, they're a good looking animal.
They're chunky. They're like
They get
a good
long, right? Like 3-4
almost
feet.
5 feet, and like when they're babies, they hood up like cobras. Like I was laughing, so like, this is the coolest thing ever. For the Red Deer show, I'm like going to cup them the night before. It's like 2 a.m. Put them all in deli cups to drive up to Red Deer, and they're all biting me. They were all fine before. The second I got to cup them, now I'm getting chewed on. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to find out if I'm allergic to the venom. It turns out I'm not, which is great. I mean, it would be a mild reaction at best, but it had no reaction. They were chewing on me, but they all were hooding up like little cobras. I'm like, this is neat as hell. But they lose that when they're adults. They lose that fear of anything. But cool snakes though, like very curious, and just neat looking snakes. They're very, they have the little snub nose, and they're just cool snakes. But
So
Oh,
I'll
yeah.
answer that. I'll answer Lisa's question. So first, Lisa, if you're listening, if you want to come on, let us know, because I want a woman on this podcast.
little female
'Cause
energy.
we haven't put. Have we put a woman? No, we did.
Well, we had
actually.
Ty on.
We had Ty. So we've had one woman on.
Jalen, jump on.
Well, fuck it.
I texted her. I told her to come on.
So how do pygmies sell? So here's the thing with my pygmies. I've bred them now 3 years in a row. Last year I had 2 clutches, and the 2 years before that 1 clutch. So I've had only 2 babies. Actually, yeah, 2 babies survive from the first 2 clutches the first 2 years. That's how bad I am at raising them. So those are now sub-adults, and they're at Shands. And this year we have successfully made 4 babies survive. And there's 4 babies that have had over 30 meals eating on their own. And I think as of like this week, they're officially for sale. So how do they sell? I don't know. I've never sold one. I breed them, but I'm really bad at making them survive. So I'm cleaning. Come on, Lisa. That's not a good
Yeah, but the
excuse.
honesty is
Jay's cleaning too. She says she's arm deep in Nerodia piss.
I'm cleaning my digestive system with gin and tonic right now. So I get it. We're cleaning too. What are you drinking?
yeah. We're all cleaning our yeah.
I'm gonna be cleaning in the morning.
My iced tea. That was a running joke for all of our Facebook lives. Was, what are you drinking? It was just iced tea. No matter what it was iced tea.
That being said, though, like when you talk about the value of an animal, when it comes to the pygmies, in my opinion, pygmy pythons should be some of the most expensive pythons out there. Purely because they are the biggest pain in the ass and the most amount of work to be able to sell. Like, I think it's unfair that I can get a carpet python feeding within 3-4 weeks, and then after that I sell it and I can sell it for the same price as a pygmy python. Those fucking pygmy pythons, we're looking at about like 6 or 7 months of getting them there. It's been like more work than you can imagine, and then they sell for what, like $800 Canadian maybe. And I don't even know if I'm gonna get that. I'm gonna like, I think they're worth at least 800. And I told Shan we're not selling them under for 800. They've been too much work.
Lisa's hit a nerve there.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. Come on here, defend yourself.
Oh, she probably agrees with you. She bred white lips. She got, although I think her white lips are,
Yeah,
Not
white
the
lips have
worst.
like they have a good value though. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
think
And they
about it,
probably
like that's
eat-
not a
eat
cheap.
a little better.
No,
So talking.
that's the hard part, right? Is the money you put into them and stuff, and the time and effort of getting them started and getting them regularly feeding. A lot of these, animals, nobody cares about that or considers that.
But I think that's where morphs make the difference, right? Because if you've got the normal animal that's worth $150, or you've got the morph animal that's worth, I don't know, $3,000, it costs the same thing. It's the same amount of work. Everything's the same. The only difference is after breeding it, the profit is much higher. And I think that's why, like, I'm not a big morph, guys. I don't care that much about morphs. Do I have a lot of
I'm the
morphs in my
same way.
collection? I do. It's just it's the way that actually pays, right? Like my jungles, I've got all the morphs in them because they are my moneymaker. They pay for my entire collection. They pay whenever I keep ordering. Like from Greg, I ordered another thermostat, more heat, radiant heat panels, and those are all paid by jungles. I think I've bought 4 thermostats from Herbstat, like 3 Herbstat 6 and 1 Herbstat 4, and that costs like that's like $4,000 of Herbstats. And
Yeah.
I,
It's like
I'm
20
slowly
bucks.
changing because I freaking hate so. I don't know if you can see it. What are they? Those stupid inkbirds. I have a huge issue with inkbird.
Oh
I
God!
fucking,
So
like,
many people use them.
So
Yeah,
I
we get horror stories at the shows about the inkbirds. I started interrupting.
so
Those inkbirds, like they're cheap, and there's a reason they're cheap. They're not good. Like they do not work. Like we hear nothing but horror stories about the inkbirds. Sorry, go ahead. Oh, you're muted. You muted, Dom.
You're muted.
I was just looking to see if you guys were listening. Okay, in my defense, I'm looking at the tower that that fucking what the fuck's his name? Mike is.
I know. I was taking a picture of that
Mike
earlier.
is building?
Yeah, that's a
So
t-shirt.
I've had a couple too. Okay, so I've had over 50 inkbirds working at any given time in my room. So I've used them for over 5 years. Okay, they work. They are inaccurate to about a degree or two, but for hotspots, it's good enough, right? It works. They're $35 Canadian. They're worth nothing. But my pet peeve with them is that they only last between 12 and 18 months. And I've started whenever I buy them and I plug them on marker, I would write like 0223, 0524, and I've got dates on every single one of them. And I started tracking it because they kept failing and failing and failing, and it's such a fucking like the idea of having to remove it, bring another one, and then you walk into your room, all you hear is you see ERR and like a beep. You walk in the room like another one failed. Like there was a time where once a week I had one failing. I was so freaking fed up that slowly
Do they fail on or off?
they do come off though. I've never had one stay on. So they
Still,
but
like,
you lose the heat, right? You lose the heat to your
Yeah.
cage. So I've been slowly replacing everything with Herbstats. The problem is like when you buy a Herbstat 6, it's $900 give or take, $870 or whatever. I just bought another Herb 4 from Greg. I got to apologize before you were on the show,
One
and I knew you
pygmy
were good
python.
friends with Michael's. I used to only
One
buy
pygmy
from
python.
First Strike.
Oh,
You probably didn't
That's
want to hear
fine.
that.
that's fine.
Yeah, it is one pygmy python, but that being said, I kind of have a rule when I buy snakes, I want to make my money back. I paid
Yeah.
$2,000 for my initial pair of pygmy pythons. I still have not made my money back because the ones that survive I gave to Shan, and now we have 4 for sale. I might actually break even after like 5 years now.
But when it comes to thermostat stuff, it's the whole price versus value thing, right? So, when you're looking at your collection and everything's going on, like it's in the grand scheme of things too, what you're paying for the animal, your enclosures, your food, all this stuff, like the price of that thermostat, even, 800 bucks. Well, that's 6 enclosures though, instead of 1, right? So, you're looking at stuff and you go, David, there's reliability, there's all this other stuff that you don't have to worry about. There's more peace of mind there too. And, you know, long-term
No,
feasibility where you don't lose a breeding season because something
And
failed.
you can replace the fuses and whatnot too. Like I bought some extra fuses and that. So
So it's
if you get
there's
an
a
old one, you
trade-off,
can
right? And it
always-
just depends on where that lies. And then sometimes it prices itself out, and that's fine. I don't have any 6s in my collection. I've got a whole bunch of intros and 1s. I got a bunch of herb stats. Oh, what's going on?
I was counting how many Herbstat 6 I have in my collection.
I was like, is there a helicopter or something?
No.
It's like,
There's 3 Herbstat 6. I've got 2 Herbstat
Swats.
4.
What's coming?
so you know what I'm saying? It's just it's there's other options stuff, but there's a trade-off of what's it worth to you, value wise on the other end, where you don't have to worry about something failing. You're out of town for a weekend. You've lost a clutch of eggs or something because it's got too cold. Like there's all these little variables where there's a trust factor in there, and it's worth a lot of times to pay a little more, for something that's going to work. And that's just, but again, everybody's got their own, what's their own order of what's more important, right? So
And I
In
100%.
my opinion, like the thermostat is honestly like that's the one thing that you should never cheap out on because that's like your fail safe on everything it's controlling and like
you sound like the tire guys.
well but it's
Buy
true.
I know,
the
I know, it's
expensive
true, but it's
tire.
funny.
You need good thread.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like
Rolling on these
yeah.
tires. This is the most important part. It's the only part that touches the road.
But like and same thing with the caging and everything else at the shows like they spent $300 on an animal but then they're trying to save all the money
$10 or $20.
on everything else. I'm like the animal's the cheapest part of this whole thing.
How are you gonna feed this thing for its life?
And see, that's why I don't cheap out. And if you look right behind me, right there,
Yeah.
that is a
Oh, yeah.
Cornell's World cage. You like how I did that?
There you go.
Hold
It's-
on,
Yeah.
let me get my camera.
I'm not gonna lie, it's the
Daniel had
only
that
one
monkey
in
now,
all of
Greg.
them,
Yeah.
but it still is. That is a Cornell's World. I didn't buy it directly from you, but I got it from somebody who got it from you.
Yes,
So it
I heard
counts.
that on another podcast. See, I listened. Yeah, I've heard not all of
So-
them.
Well, and I saw it because you posted the 3D printed perch things that you got done in those cages.
Yeah,
I
they're
was the guy that
really
was 3
cool.
minutes behind on the Greg podcast.
I love all that shit that people do, and like the 3D. Ever since we got 3D, it's incredible the shit that we can put in our cages that are like so useful. Like you can really opt. Like I see a lot of people that'll be like, oh my god, I keep my ball python. I'm gonna say ball python because they're the most amazing snake, and
Yeah.
everybody should
Yeah.
have them.
No, I know.
And
No, they're a snake and they're great.
I'm just kidding. I'm not.
Yeah, I know.
So, but if you look,
Me too.
tons of people have these huge cages, right? And they're like, oh my god, I keep them in a 4x4x4. And you look in their cage, and really, there's nothing. It's just the floor space of a hide box. And right, what's the point of the 4 foot high or this? And I truly
Right.
believe that even if you've got a tiny cage, if you end up putting 2, 3, 4 layers of different branch of different perches and all that, you're really optimizing it. And I think that
Yep.
people are really big into having big cages, but there's no point in having a big cages that is all useless
If you don't
space.
fill it.
Yeah,
Why not?
exactly.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's we talk about it every show. I'm like, the thing is, we get too many people going, "What's the smallest I can go with?" I'm like, well, like you should be looking at what's the biggest space you can give it, because there's literally no cage is ever too big. These things live in the wild. They live in the world. So what is you can have too much open space, is what you can have. You can have too much space that's not utilized or is useless. That's what you can have. But the cage can never be too big because they live, naturally out somewhere in the world. So it's just a matter of setting it up right is the thing. So, but like I said, you maximize the space, right? So if you have this space allocated to it, then you're putting things in there so you can make more surfaces. Now you've doubled and tripled the floor space because you put 2 or 3 levels. So now you've got more floor space. Like you've got more areas for it to climb and do stuff on. Same thing with the bigger cage. If you got a ton of areas to hide and do all the stuff, they're gonna find their food in an 8 foot space. If they can't find their even the smallest snake, if it can't find its food in a 4 foot space in the wild, that what is going on here? What are we doing? You know what I mean? They're gonna move more than 4 feet to find their food.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Chris, we haven't really met before. What do you keep, by the way? I'm not quite sure.
So I so currently I'm keeping a bunch of different colubrids, some garters, some different king snake species, some blue tongue skinks, some Euromastics. I'm trying to just mentally going through my collection. Some black, Mexi blacks. I know I'm missing some stuff. I used to keep and breed Russian tortoises. I've kept like a ton of weird stuff, like leaf-tailed geckos. I used to breed Fibriatus, the Sakurai. Um,
And
and
this
then
is a
a bunch of
hobby for you, right? It's not your profession.
no, but it wasn't my profession, but it's been a very long-term passion hobby. Like I moved out here in '89, from Vancouver, the West Coast. Moved out to Calgary here, and like so I don't consider my childhood keeping of animals as keeping of animals. Like people who had their I kept animals since I was 3. Okay, you didn't. That's my no, you did. Yeah. When I was like 18, moved out here. Or 17, moved out here and turned 18. Then I started keeping king snakes. Like, iguanas actually were the first thing I kept, and there was nothing on them. Giant green iguanas. I used to sort of rescue. I helped run. That was a whole other story. But and then just kind of moved on from king snakes, and then different python species, the IJs, some other carpets, and then just branched out to a ton of different stuff with leaf-tailed geckos, some tortoise species, different lizards, with euros, so different neuromastic species I've kept over the years. I don't know, like a whole. There's been a ton of different stuff, and then the Rhacodactylus geckos. Like um, I kept the Cresties, the gargoyle geckos. I bred a bunch of those for 7 or 8 years. Well, I'm trying to think of. I know I'm missing a bunch. It's off the top of my head. I don't know. I keep forgetting, but it's been a long time.
That's good.
But I kept stuff for a long time before I bred stuff. I wanted to know, like in myself. Um, my thing was I didn't want to breed stuff until I felt like I knew.
I thought he was doing too. Michael, I thought he was adding to his
You
sound.
saw the same thing as
Okay.
me, eh, Greg? I was positive he was
Yeah.
going to put the 4 on top of there. I was like, I just did it for him, but he didn't do it.
Yeah.
Oh,
There's an extra.
And it's getting lower. That's weird. You adding and it's getting lower. Now it's on the floor, isn't it? It's just he's actually standing.
if it makes you feel good, Michael, I think I'm at about 5 drinks, so I'm freaking wasted already. So keep going.
But I kept a lot of colubrids. Like I kept a lot of weird stuff. Like our buddy Jim used to
Trousers.
the main reptile shops here. He was one of the main importers for Western Canada, bringing stuff in from different areas. And he would, so I would, like I kept some kukri snakes. I kept some bunch of weird wild caught stuff over the years. I kept rainbow boas for a bunch of years too. Sand boas. Holy crap! Tons of different sand boas, rough scale sand boas, canyon sand boas. Um,
The bottom nose.
yeah, the yeah, I totally forgot about the ones I was talking about. And then, garter species. Holy crap! I had checkers. I had San Francisco's. I had California red-sideds. I had the Santa Cruz garters. There's a bunch of different ones. So
Those Santa
and
Cruzes
then
are nice. They have that,
the
that
pine
nice
snake. I
yellow
totally forgot about the
stripe.
pine snakes. The pine snakes too. So pine snakes and gopher snakes. I kept the northern pines. Some southern pines for a bit. I had the Mexican pines. There's several different species. I had the Lineaticolus, the Mexican line pines. I had like
Oh,
an
shit.
9 foot.
Those
Dry
are
mark on
fucking
too. Jesus.
cool.
So indigos, crebos. I kept yellowtail crebos, bred yellowtail crebos. Yeah, a bunch of stuff. Anyway, like lots of fun. The crebos and the garters are
He's
my
100 years old. He's had many
a
years.
couple of pops too, so I'm like trying to rack my brain. But yeah, like those were actually like for my as far as the snakes go, and the what the hell are they called? They're from the Cabo, the gopher snakes, the Cape gopher snakes. sorry, the Cape Gopher snakes. Those
Oh,
were
yeah.
fun. I had Patrick Briggs, the Cape Gopher snake guy, who had this webpage for all the pitch office stuff. He was messaging me, going like trying to buy them off me, and I'm like, there were some nice examples, but yeah, we aren't allowed to keep those here anymore. But I sold off a ton of stuff because I thought I was moving to BC at one point, so I sold all my garters and all a bunch of other stuff, all my gopher snakes, my pine snakes, everything, and then ended up not moving.
Well, you can keep your pine snakes.
I know. I had like that
Where do you
pine,
keep
that
that
monster
from?
pine is over 7 feet. He's a beast
Oh yeah.
at Northern. Yeah, he's a chunky monster, but he would hiss so bad, and he was like a big phony. I would boop him. I'd touch his. I hate that word, but I'd touch his nose when he would like hiss. He'd like it sounds like a truck tire deflated. Like my wife was 2 floors up. I was in the basement. She's up in the bedroom, 2 floors up. She's like, I could hear that thing hissing. That's that loud. And he's like, I'm scary, and I'm like, you're not scary. But then the Cape Gophers would bite the crap out of me every time. They're like, they're bluffers. No, they're not. But anyway, yeah, lots of different stuff. So
Just by curiosity, have you ever done imports? Have you ever brought stuff in?
myself, no. I used to, but I would piggyback in like, I used to get the lists, like the old strictly lists back in the late '80s, and the Tom Huff stuff, a bunch of stuff. But I didn't bring them in personally. Like some other friends would do that kind of stuff, and I would just kind of add on to. I'm trying to think of. It was more nothing weird back then. I got more into, after I was keeping the kings, the iguanas and stuff, and then I started branching out. It was rainbow boas. It was milk snakes too, 100 milk snakes and a bunch of other milk snakes and kept. But yeah, it just kind of all spread out from there, and then kind of let's bring this back in because it's becoming insane.
Yeah, I hear you. First of all, Michael, you're gonna have to start a second tower because now we can't see the top of the tower on the camera.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
And nobody
That's
knows Michael's
number
actually
5.
7'2", and he's standing.
don't-
That's how tall the
yeah,
tower is.
that's so the reason I'm talking about imports is that I've said it on the podcast once or twice, but we've had quite the experience of trying to import for the first time ever. And we
Yeah.
went through a
Oh,
third party that was importing from somebody else.
Yeah.
So I'm leaving names out, but I've already said them on podcast.
yeah,
but people
I know who you're
really wanna
talking
know.
about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but at this point now, I've done so much research into importing. I'll be honest with you, I'm mind blown by what I've found out. So I started talking directly to the importer in Indonesia, and I've been talking to him now for about 4 months, to the point that now I'm in. I have the list from Indonesia, not the list from Canada or from the importer that has
Yeah.
changed the prices. All I'm going to say is I am mind blown by the price of the animals. The amount
Yeah.
of markup that goes through
Yeah.
each person. And now all of a sudden I'm looking at okay, so if I buy, let's say a Biak green tree python from
Yeah.
this person, whether it be, I don't know, like I could talk all about the big people. Like, there's like 5 or 6 people in
Yeah,
Canada that bring them in, right?
Yeah,
That would be
know,
considered the importers. You know their names.
right.
It would
Yeah,
be
yeah.
between 800 and $1,000 for a green tree, right?
Yep.
It's not even a quarter of that price. And
Well, it's
all I
$20
gotta say is
yeah.
that it is mind blowing. And I'm at the point where I'm trying to figure out if I'm going to do it myself, because it took me a long time and a lot of figuring things out. The only problem is I don't want to do a gigantic order every few months, right? So I got to try to find somebody that wants to do it with me, that'll take it up as a store and as a retail.
Yeah.
But
But I hear you, because we had some friends again out here that were doing the importing, and we were close friends with them and privy to the lists and would see the prices.
it's
We'd see what they're so I know
but
I know
people
that
don't
all
know
too
that
well.
real price, right?
And,
Like
and
there's
not only that, like, so here's the thing too, on the moral end of it too, is there's a lot of dubious sourcing of stuff. A lot of Australian stuff gets filtered through Indonesia. A lot of stuff that shouldn't be, through the African
Well,
sources are coming
not-
from
not-
everywhere. There was
Not too much anymore with the Indo and Australian stuff.
I was going to say
That's the German and Czechoslovakian.
Yeah,
It
there-
goes
there's
through
a-
Europe. I mean, goes through
there's a
Europe. I mean,
special
you know what
door
I mean?
for
Like,
Germany.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what I mean? Like, because there's overlap in some of those things too with Australia and Indonesia. There's some species of animals, there's some overlap, right? And so it's easy to fudge things, or it used
So
to be
I
anyways.
I just listened to the MJ podcast about the importer that's like a UK guy that is doing
Yeah, Chris. He has
there.
he
Chris
has a
Applin. There you go. Yeah.
Yeah.
So and
Is that-
it actually sounds like they're really sending. Like I've always joked about. Like I got
They
the
cracked down a
shipment
ton
brought in.
lately.
Sorry, what was that?
So they have cracked down like from
Yeah.
years past. For
Oh, yeah,
That-
from before-
that's why I said before that like they're legally by CITES supposed to be sending second like F2 generation
they were then
captive,
too,
bred,
Mike.
captive bred green trees and Timor
hard to prove it.
pythons and
Hard to
other
prove it,
things
yeah.
to us.
Listening to
Silly.
them, it actually sounds like we are actually receiving captive bred animals. And I actually want to believe it, and I feel like it's probably true, but I feel like 10 years ago,
Don't believe it.
everything
don't
was
believe it.
wild caught.
Treat it as if it's farmed. Treat it as
Yeah.
if it's captive born, not captive bred. Just like in your own mind.
100%
Well, even
agree.
if
I
it's-
still would.
even-
Think of it as
Even-
that. Think of it as that, because that's typically where that gray line is, and that's typically what happens or has happened in the past. Maybe it's changed. Again, I'm not, real deep in that end
Yeah.
of stuff.
Chris
few
has
years now.
so Chris is from the UK. He's bought into this farm in Indonesia. That's one of the better farms.
Yep.
And they are like they breed the green trees. They're actually the guy that does the green trees at that farm that had the Nido stuff, which they're trying to fix now.
Right.
Indonesia can't test for Nido, so they couldn't do anything about it ahead of time, kind of thing, right? They have a bunch of cool localities. But that guy, actually, the guy that runs that green tree collection is the guy that ran underneath Vladimir, who is the guy that sent all the Bushmaster stuff. That's all
Right.
like legendary and stuff in the
Yeah,
United
yeah.
States green
Okay.
tree hobby.
Yeah.
So like, that's all there. Like they're breeding green trees, but like the other thing is like, you can get Nido from everybody's captive collections too, right?
Well, and
Like-
I
like
think
it's
from
in
something else
cap-
that
it
was
doesn't
brought
matter
in
where
with
it is.
or before or after. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
over here and somebody maybe didn't do their proper protocols and they got it from some other import that got transferred over. So you don't know.
I want to make it clear, it's been said 1,000 times on different podcasts. I truly believe that anybody's got that has more than 10 snakes has serpentovirus. I think it's everywhere. The difference is, I think if your animals are well kept, you have no issue. But again, that's my stance. But I think it's
Sure,
everywhere.
Yeah. Yep.
So on that podcast, they talked about the 5 farms in Indonesia. He only named like 2 or 3 of them. I'd love
Yeah.
to know the 5 farms because I'm dealing with one of them now, and I'm trying to figure out all the other ones because I'm still trying to figure out if the farm that I'm dealing with is the one that Chris Applin works on. Did he say the name of that farm?
You could just it's Prestasi. It's like he has a social. It's
Prestasi?
the only farm that
Exactly.
has a social media account and everything. Like he posts everything online. Like he
They-
posts
they
pictures
have
of the farm and
websites.
everything.
The other
You
farms
just
have
have to,
websites.
Oh,
in
okay.
the back of your mind, keep in mind the checks and balances that don't exist in a lot of those countries, that you're going by somebody's word, and that's all you have. So and that's all we do in the hobby anyway, a lot of times anyways. But I would think of it as, worst case scenario, prepare for worst case scenario, hope for the best, prepare for worst always.
From talking with people who've imported before, I think because you've never done it before, I think you'll understand a little bit more, like once you've done it, of the value that goes into the prices for the resellers. Because we had a guy here who, had these rock bottom prices for imports and, took all these deposits, and then he realized how hard it was. And it was like a year and a half, 2 years later before the animals ended up finally arriving. And it was, there's a lot more to it than just ordering and getting your stuff. So I think that's part of it. Obviously, if you've got the time and you're doing it just for you, it's going to be fine. But
So
yeah.
I've imported multiple time from Europe, and I've exported to Japan multiple time and good amount of animals. I've just never done wild caught, and I don't want to do it because I know the real truth, right? You're going to order 10 grand of animals, and you're going to get 6 grand of animals. You're going to pay all the fees for that, and then you're going to have to do a second order to get your 4 grand of animals missing just to order more, and it's a relentless circle, right? So
It's a
I'm
world
not-
of difference, and the losses will be astronomical for what comes in, like just from
yeah,
parasites, from all kinds of stuff. From
and that's expected,
Wild
but
caught?
even if they are captive hatched or farm
Yeah,
bred,
absolutely.
farm bred
Yeah.
just means they're bred outside or whatever. Like
Yeah,
technically, like somebody breeding like a large collection, you could call that farm bred. Like
Yeah.
they're like reptile keeping is almost like farming to an
farm is- yeah,
extent.
it's- exactly.
But yeah, you get that. You could be doing with one of the farms, maybe not as good. You could always like
Be
reach out
careful is
to
all I'm
the other
saying, man.
farms too. But yeah, exactly, right? Like
Yeah.
even if you're buying from a captive bred
Yeah.
guy and you're spending $5,000 on a top of the line designer green tree python, like you need to fucking test that thing for
There's a
for
lot of
Nido. And
smooth
if you
talkers and a
but-
lot of people on that end
And
that
if you-
are
So
Looking to
I
make
hear
more
all
money.
that, but the difference is
Yeah.
if I buy right now from
Yeah.
importer whatever in
Yeah,
Canada,
same
right?
thing.
Put one of those
Yeah.
5 names in there. I'll
Yeah.
pay a BIAC between $800 and $1,000. If that animal dies, that suck. But if I manage to get my own hands into it, I can now buy
Yeah.
4 BIACs for $800
Right,
to $1,000,
yes.
right? So now if
But
3 of them
but
die,
They could all arrive dead too. though.
3 of them
They-
die.
they could.
It's-
They
but
could,
that's the
but-
same, so it works
but
out
if
the
2 of them two of them survive,
Sure. Or
I
one.
still have 2
One
for the
dies,
price of
3
1,000
survive.
instead of having, it's kind of one of those things where the statistics make more sense.
You just have to know that there's going to be a percentage of loss
Oh.
no matter what.
Minimum
and
50% will
anticipate
die.
that, prepare for that.
Honestly, think.
And if you prepare for that, then and know that going in, then you'll be better off because a lot of people were very naive back in the day and were blown away by.
people are
the
naive
amounts-
now about
Yeah.
farm hatch
know.
stuff.
Okay, guys, I gotta go empty a few drinks. I'll be right back here.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like with the
The two guys who don't talk I've got the microphones now.
no discount. Fuck.
It's time to shine, my special little friend.
Yeah. You gonna come
I-
house hunting with us, Greg?
I don't think I want to.
No,
House
you don't want
hunting
to.
in Medicine Hat. I've got my parents are coming that same weekend, so I'll be busy.
Yeah.
You're gonna be down there for a week, right? Like you're coming back for New Year's Eve kind of thing.
Yeah, that's my plan. Unless like I
Plan.
buy a house and then maybe I'll
Yeah.
stick around.
Well, you're
but
not gonna move into it that day anyway.
no,
so-
exactly right. Like I'll see what happens. I'll work with Mark for a day or two and kind of feel things out a bit and hang out with Ty and kind of thing, and then go hang out with you. I'm not sure if I'm gonna head out the day like New Year's or maybe hang out with you for a day kind of thing and then head out. But
Yeah.
I'll play it
Are
by
you
ear.
somebody? I was talking to somebody this week. Are you flying or are you driving?
I'm gonna drive just because.
Okay.
It's
That's
like
what I
to rent a
assumed you
car.
were,
It's
but-
like a fucking $1,000, so I might as well just drive
Yeah.
out and
Yeah. Okay.
have my 4x4.
Yeah.
Avoid the issues. Although it's
Yeah.
not that the Rogers Pass isn't sketchy, but I'll
Well,
leave
we
early
just
and
had
play it by
a
ear.
crazy snowstorm here this past week, and it was the day that Ty drove up, and then he had to drive back, and it followed him the whole way to Medicine Hat. So
Oh yeah, you still have his Christmas present.
I know. I phoned him.
I
I'm like, "Oh my
texted him and
God."
I was like, "Did Greg give you the present?" Because
Yeah,
I was
no.
gonna remind you, and then I
Yeah.
totally forgot to remind you, and then it was like 4 o'clock as I'm framing a house up, and like fuck, as like so Hendrix messaged me that earlier that day and was like, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be nice when you come out here. It's gonna be nice and warm, and like it won't be too cold." And then fucking later that day, Ty sends me the video of him driving home in the blizzard and everything.
Oh yeah, it was terrible. Like they shut down the highway like going north from us just because there were so many accidents.
Oh yeah, there's like an 80-car pileup in Airdrie or whatnot.
Yeah.
Wow.
Rosie boas. I kept the bread Rosie boas too. That's some cool Roy Stockwell, Long Island, or sorry, Long Canyon, pardon me, locality, and some.
Oh, those are
Mexican-
neat.
anyway, some fun stuff.
I've seen a couple
Like
of
those.
those hanging around. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I have a couple Kenyan sand boas. I wouldn't mind Rosies eventually too.
Rosies are
They're
fun.
cool.
They're angry little things.
Oh yeah.
They bite shockingly hard for a tiny snake.
But
haven't been
the
by a lot of stuff.
the wild ones are like chill, but like the captive ones are
I know,
angry
right?
for some
Yeah.
reason.
Yeah, it's weird.
I hope Bobby Pebbles jumps on because he a bunch of these conversations we've had, he could fill in some stuff. Like he's dealt with the Japanese buyers down in Daytona in the early 2000s when they would come and hand you
Oh
10
shit,
grand.
rat
And
snakes too. God, I kept a bunch of those. Anyway, sorry. Go ahead.
There's a lot of people that were supposed to jump on that I haven't. I was hoping somebody would.
yeah, it's all good.
We're not the ones that are hoping for.
Yeah, that's right now.
Oh,
I mean,
honestly, I
we
knew
were
you
gonna
guys would
say
stay
it,
for the
but
whole
no.
time, so I was totally good with you
Stuck
guys.
with these knuckleheads. Yeah.
That's why I didn't even
What's that?
message you guys that Dom wanted it to be like fucking tune in anywhere between 10 after 8 and 10 o'clock.
Oh yeah, we would have
this
been on way
time.
later if you told us that. Yeah.
We had no idea who would come on or not, right? We invited about 10 people, and we've gotten about 8 people that said yes, they were coming on for sure. So, but you never know, right?
In all sincerity, nothing but love. Like Mike's a rock star. Whatever he wants or needs, well, we'd be there in a heartbeat. So, we love what you guys are doing with this. I try and listen to as many episodes as I can, but I hate listening to him because there's so many things I want to say after the fact.
Yeah, I get it. I can shut up more if you want, Chris. I get it.
No, God, no. Please keep talking. Make me shut up. You don't want to hear me talk anymore. Let's hear more from Dom.
But every time I listen to podcasts from everybody else, right? And each time I'm like, ask about this. I'm like, he just brought that up. How can you not talk about it? Right? But half the time the problem is that somebody talks and then you don't want to cut him off, right? And there's like a 2-second lap that makes it that awkward. And then they keep talking, then like 30 seconds went by and that question is gone now. You're just waiting for the next one. So you do your best.
When he was on, I was laughing because I was grocery shopping. I had to go, and I kept cutting out. So I was way behind, but I didn't want to miss what had happened. So I didn't want to jump ahead to be like there. So it was making me laugh harder that I was commenting like 3 minutes behind. And I hear Greg like, he's behind. Like that was way more entertaining for me. So like,
Oh
what
yeah,
is he talking about?
I think that was me. I was like, I think Chris is behind a little bit because you
Yeah,
commented
yeah,
on something that we said 5 minutes ahead.
3 or 5 minutes ago. Yeah. Yeah. No, I was like, I'm still listening. Just catching up. Yeah.
So I'll comment on the thing that just went on in the post there, Timothy. He's asking, would anybody in the chat or panel consider keeping Nido positive animals? So I was offered Nido positive green tree pythons from some of that order that came in. I refused them. So would I consider keeping them? I would consider it, but I wouldn't. And the only reason I would is that I believe that if I found Nido in my collection, which I can't say I have or I don't, I assume I have it. I have no symptomatic animals, but I assume I have it. The difference is, though, that if I do have it, my collection is healthy and I have 0 issues, and I can sell all the babies with no issues. Bringing in an import that I have no idea what serpentovirus has, because it could have any of the, like, I don't know, 10, 15 Nido viruses that we know of now. So, and that one Nido strain might destroy my whole collection.
Yeah.
But if I do have some in my collection right now, everything's living perfectly fine because I have no issues, right? And I don't have a close collection. I probably bring in 1 to 2 animals a year. That's about it. Yeah. So, and I don't have any issues. So that's my answer to that is I've been offered a free green tree pythons from the 35 animals from people that I've tested positive, and I've said no because I don't think it's worth it. Well, so I don't know. What do you guys think?
I kept those.
No one keeps.
I keep remembering.
I'll go ahead. I was just gonna say, I mean, that question is different if it's somebody who's got like large areas where you can truly properly quarantine something. Like, for you, Dom, if you've got everything in one room, like there's no way. And for me, most of my stuff is somewhat in the open. I would say no as well, just because there's no, if I had a separate room that it could just be one animal in there and I could monitor it and see what happens, then maybe it'd be worth considering. But otherwise, it's not worth the risk.
So I would listen to them only in the fact that I would appreciate the honesty and the being forthcoming about it. I would have no interest in those animals. I've somehow managed to not have any reptile mites since keeping in the late 80s.
We know who you
I
have
have
not
not.
bought from.
but I'm just saying, like, and shit happens, right?
Well, I got it recently.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know.
it
So-
doesn't even make any sense how.
But like again, because I don't keep a lot of the common vectors for a lot of that stuff either, right? A lot of the ball pythons.
All you need to do is go to the Canadian Reptile Breeders Expo. You're guaranteed to come back with
Yeah.
mites.
say it's never been yet. Yeah.
I didn't come back with
But-
mites. I was good, but I also
You
didn't.
already had,
touch
you already
people's
had
tables.
mites. You can't get infected when you've already got it.
He's a vector himself.
Michael. That's his.
Yeah, might call
Michael Gill Squatch. Yeah.
new T-shirt.
That's a new shirt.
That's a good T-shirt.
Did your tower get shorter?
What's that?
It fell.
Yeah.
So I'm
miss it?
starting
You
tower
missed it?
number
Oh,
two.
yeah.
While you were talking, I fell down. That's why we were laughing at one point. Because we were very
Oh,
focused and passionate.
missed
We were
that.
talking about, and Michael's giggling like a fucking kindergarten over here because his whole tower crashed down.
So, I don't know if this is the right podcast, but Michael,
What would Michael do with an Idaho? We haven't heard from Michael. Oh, he's done.
I haven't done anything.
He can't even speak. Oh
Uh-oh.
no.
Dom's just staring down at the ground.
so okay, so I've got
My
a new
daughter's
way to get
texting me. I got to deal with it. 1 second.
Okay.
I've got a new way to get back at somebody. So I was telling the story about how I got back at my friend for the disintegrating shorts in like on my trip or whatever. Anyways, so what this guy suggested is, have you guys ever seen like those? I don't know. I feel like they were Robert Bateman prints where like there's a picture set up in a place where you're like the silent auction. So you start signing up like with somebody else's name and their phone number. So I've got a new idea to get back to my friend again.
Good.
I'm gonna do it.
So so Dom, feel free whenever you want to cut this down, just let us know. So here's an issue we have. When we did the show, Animal Planet gave us their Facebook login. We logged in to do a Facebook Live on the Animal Planet Facebook Live on their account. Live. Here we go. Access to it. Boom. Go with it. They didn't give us parameters. It was like 2.5 hours. They're like, suddenly my phone, I had my phone over somewhere else, and like we've got like the producer of the show is like screaming at me, shut it down. So, like they thought it was gonna be like half an hour, maybe 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Yeah.
We got Bobby
We just-
Pebbles.
Went way over, and we were having a blast. We had so many people on.
I
It was
love
so
that.
fun.
I love that idea.
They were like, no, they're like, shut it down. We're like, well, I guess the party's got to end now. But yeah, so we just like hijacked it and kept it, and we just kept going because there was still people talking, interacting. We're like, we're having a good time. But yeah, so yeah, we won't shut up until you tell us to shut up. So just tell you right now. Hey, Bob Rock.
See, Chris, you get to meet.
How are you guys?
We're fantastic,
It's like-
Rob.
Can you stack there, hey?
Yeah, I got a few more to add, but we'll see.
How many have you worked through now?
You promised us a lady, Michael.
7 plus 1 rum and coke, so not too bad so far.
I gotta admit, Bob, I've had a few. I'm getting a little tipsy, but we're happy you logged on.
Yeah, absolutely. What have you been going
Nothing but iced tea.
into?
So
I
what
think
did
you
Bob
cut
do?
out a bit, Bob.
Yeah, Dom, what have you been drinking?
What have I been drinking? So I've had multiple gin and tonics. I've had 2 beers to start with. One was
Nice.
some kind of I don't know, some kind of a diminutive, like small batch breweries that are delicious. I've had 2 like Christmas, those maple syrup kind of drink. 1 second, let me see. Like
Yeah,
this
that's the
kind of
Quebec
shit.
thing, dude. We
No,
don't do
but
that
these
in the
things
rest
are
of the country.
delicious, like in shots. They're like just
They're
liquor
fantastic.
that goes into your coffee.
Yes.
They're delicious. I've had a couple of those. I don't know, man. I'm at this point. I'm just drinking anything. But I'll be honest, I'm fucking smashed. So I'm more listening now than talking.
That's awesome.
Sorry about your luck. Yeah.
That's
Sorry,
fantastic.
sorry, what does Bob keep?
Oh, he
I don't know
keeps some
Bob,
cool
so
shit.
let's introduce Bob to the people that don't know him. Me.
Everybody, this is Bob.
Yeah, so I'm. Oh,
Hey, Bob. It's been.
yeah,
30
sorry, my
seconds.
service is bad. I don't know why.
All good, Rob. You can.
Is Rob live in a cave?
He's got a guy pedaling.
He's
in
like
the
in
background.
a
Keep
bunker,
the lights on.
in a bunker with like 10,000 reptiles, like some great big organization in a
No.
old missile silo.
I just see Bob's face frozen right there, and he's like, it's not the prettiest picture of you right now, so you need better internet access. Oh, there he goes.
Rob keeps some fucking
Wow.
cool shit.
That's all it took,
Actually,
eh? Yep.
Greg, Rob used to work for Robin and Chad at Pro Exotics
Oh,
back
okay,
in the
yeah,
day.
yeah.
Yeah. So
okay.
he's a
I
lawyer
used to
now.
chat with Robin once in a
but
while
he-
back in the day.
Yeah,
I've
yeah.
still got my PE2 temp gun from like however many bazillion years ago. I've never changed the battery and it still works. It's so weird. I don't know whatever battery they put in those things. I've never changed the battery. It still works. It's like it's gotta be over 20 years old.
That's funny. Rob may have sent that to you.
Maybe.
Well, he would have. I
Yeah.
deal with Robin, and I see it. Like I saw him.
No, that's not Robin.
Yeah. We
No.
saw him at Toronto.
Yeah, it was in Toronto.
You bet, too.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
I've
who
seen
are we
him
talking
at
about?
Tinley.
We saw him at
Robin
Markland.
we saw him
Yeah.
at the Super Show.
He Pro Exotics originally they had a big fire and they lost
Yeah.
everything, and now he's I don't want to
Right.
mess this. Well, he's Redline Shipping. I'm glad you said that because it would have said the wrong shipping company. But he's also
That's my bad.
Science as well with the handling equipment.
Greg's handler.
I
If I'm the adult here, we have big problems. But yeah.
But yeah, Chad Brown and Robin Markland ran Pro Exotics in Colorado, where
Yeah.
Rob Stone is from. So Rob
Wow.
used to work for him back in the day and stuff. That's how Rob got his rhino rat snakes. That's why Rob is the
Oh,
founder.
nice.
Like Pro Exotics got the rhinos from Klaus back in the day from Germany, but Rob and Tom Stevens, I believe, got those animals after Pro Exotics didn't have too much success with them, and then Rob has kept the rhino rat snakes going the last 25 years or so that he's had them, plus getting in some
20 years
stuff.
ago, we
like
had some here, and I
Yeah.
this close to buying. I wish I did, but we can't keep it here now.
No, yeah.
Yeah, which is stupid because by the way, they're now They've now so Rob Stone hates that classification that put them into Goniosoma because he fully agrees that they're not gonios. Gonios are like 3 species.
They shouldn't even
They're-
have them banned here anyway. It's stupid.
No, I guess they technically are rear fang to an extent, but not really.
So are
And like they're
predators, so are
fine.
Tons of
Ex-
things. They're not
Exactly,
medically
right?
significant
Like
to humans.
you guys can keep fucking false water cobras. We should have Zach Loffman
I
on
know,
right now.
right?
but-
We get falsies.
You guys realize that for us, we can't keep shit that's venomous. Like us, it's just simply
Hey,
a venomous.
I thought you guys
Ottawa.
could keep everything. Isn't that
Ottawa.
Wild
For
West? up
Ontario,
there
you can
outside of,
do anything.
outside of
So-
Toronto?
Outside, so we have city
it.
bylaws, right? So I'm in Ottawa, so my city bylaw is no venomous. So I can't, technically speaking, I can't keep a garter snake. I can't keep a water snake. I can't
Do they
keep
consider
anything
them
rear fang.
venomous still? Even though they are, I don't think they can. Like, do they even classify
think-
it as?
It depends who you talk to, right? But if you consider, I would agree. I would state that a garter snake is technically a venomous snake.
Right, but
Is
Fish
it
and Wildlife, they're
Dangerous?
not.
No, not at all. But it is still technically a venomous snake,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And
Like-
Ontario doesn't have a lot of provincial laws, but it's got a lot of
Right.
city
Yeah, yeah.
laws.
right.
So in my
This is-
case, like
right.
you were talking about shit.
We've got provincial laws, and like our provincial laws are pretty restrictive, but good. Restrictive, but most of it makes sense. Like 80% of it, I get it. Most of the people here shouldn't have crocodilians or the giants or venomous stuff. If you're a zoo or a facility that's set up for it, then great, you're qualified to do that. Or there should be a permit system, but they don't care. Like they don't want to do the work to make it any of that stuff allowable unless you're already, like a zoo or something. So you can't get the permit. Like there's permits available, but you really can't get them unless very few of them have ever been given out for certain things. And I understand that because most the general public aren't equipped to deal with those long term. So most of the laws make sense, but there's still a lot of dumb stuff like the Western hognose. Nobody's letting them go in the wild here. They're not going to establish a population anywhere,
Yeah.
and red-tailed rat snakes. What? Like, and
Yeah, the gonios are
So much
fucking stupid. Like it's so like I kind of get diones and
the
Russians
Spilotes,
'cause they
can't
can
keep those either.
yeah, but they are kind of rear fanged, but still like they're not. They've literally done nothing to
Kinda.
anybody.
There's no kind of Michael.
But like Phylodryas
I know.
have fucking like one.
I know.
Actually, there's some guy that's been coasting recently. If Zach Loffman was here, he could fill in on it. But there's some guy in Europe that keeps Phylodryas ulfusi, which is the one Phylodryas that's actually killed somebody, which is the same genus as Baroni or the
But
Baron's
probably
racers.
allergic to it. The barons, yeah. But probably
Yeah,
allergic
but
to
like
that
even
stuff.
then, it could be like a South America. It could be a miscommunication. They could have got bit by a fucking fertile ants. Like
Yeah, I was gonna, yeah,
who
exactly.
knows, right?
Dom,
Like
welcome
so.
to 3 a.m. in Abbotsford right now.
I don't live in Abbotsford.
Pizza's coming. Where's the
Might as
pizza?
well.
Might as well.
I like
Not knowing
I
if
like
it
Chris's
really-
glass, man. That thing is nice.
It's
Makes me a little jealous. Oh, it's a skull. Oh, both of them. Damn. Here I am with my shitty little glass. You know what,
You
guys?
could draw a skull on there real quick. We won't judge.
Michael's now got
Marker.
glasses
Yeah.
and he cans.
He's got like a pile of cans beside him. He's gonna fall over and sleep on a bed of cans later. He's about 2 more beers from that right now.
I'm about to get Greg yelled at his Boxing Day
Especially by the
Christmas dinner. It'll be great.
Rosy cheeks there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Michael's 1 more shot away from fucking.
So he's coming on Boxing Day, but my parents are here. It's gonna be the boringest day ever.
That'd be great.
No. My
There we go.
It'll be great. We'll get Chris out
I'll
there.
bring the
We'll
thunder.
make it very interesting. And Greg will
be
be
the
disowned
Boxing
by
Day.
his parents by the end of the night.
edibles.
So, I guess we got to talk about what the heck are we doing in the new year, Mike? Have you decided that? We doing anything different? Or are we doing the same old shit and just throwing shit
Well,
at the wall and seeing what sticks?
I want to learn how to make the freaking like get like the proper like reel stuff going, like be able to take a clip from this, which we can because this
do it.
system that we use actually gives me like free reels and stuff that I can
It
put
lets you
on
do it?
social
Sorry,
media.
do you pay for this
Yes.
service that you're using? Okay, because we were
Get it ripped off.
we were using a different one, but I mean it's the same idea. So I was just
Good
curious.
actually. I like the background there. That's good. It's
Yeah.
kinda cool, actually.
I figured out how to do that the first week, and that was
You
about
could
it.
probably lift it up a little because there's nothing at the top there. It's all at the bottom, but details.
Yeah, I figured out how to kind of edit stuff and
That's good.
do
No, it's
that,
good.
but
It's
I would
awesome.
like to get a little bit better. Maybe not MJ's level because he fucking knows how to do shit. But then he's also
but
breeding fucking green
he-
tree pythons. So
he
so
does
gets
Are
it
it
for
all of
career,
them?
right?
Are all the other podcasts live? Like, did they release
No.
them live?
Like-
some are, some
like
are not.
MJ does a bunch of
Oh, are
his
there some
live, but like Eric, he does all his pre-recorded. He might do like carpets and coffee, not pre-recorded, and do that live kind of thing. But for the most part, like say like they had you on for just like
First
your
ever
own
podcast
show,
and pre-recorded.
they would do it separate and like I don't know, they might edit it, they might not. Like NPR used to like cut in like the fucking Tool song at the beginning, which every time I hear that Tool song, I think Eric's gonna start talking and be like, "Welcome to Morelia Python Radio." But yeah,
The reason I
like,
ask
most
is, I
podcasts
mean,
pre-record.
most of the big podcasts obviously has somebody in the background like pulling that stuff up.
Oh, yeah.
So when it's just a one or a
No.
two-man show, it's a
Not
lot harder for
necessarily.
you to be part of it and then also be pulling that up like at the same time.
I think it's
Oh,
different because a
Right,
lot of
teams.
people do it for
Smart
profit,
teams.
right? Like a lot of those bigger
Yeah.
shows,
Yeah, yeah.
they profit like
Monetized.
every. So I've talked to a couple of them, and basically, the way I've got it is like if you get a sponsor, they'll pay you initially $25 to say their name in their show, and then it's 50, and then it's 75,
Yeah.
then it's 100. Like some people make a pretty good amount of money just from their sponsors, right? If you get paid $50 per sponsor per show, you just clip it
Yeah.
in the middle or at the start of all that, you end up getting paid 200, 300, $400 a show. It ends up being
Yeah.
profitable. In our case, Mike and I are losing money by doing this show, right? We have to pay to host, and we get paid shit, but we can swear.
I don't get paid
can-
anything.
Exactly.
I'm the one paying
And
for it.
Jack,
And-
one of my
and just so
favorite
we're
things
clear,
is that-
Michael pays for everything. I've offered to pay half of it. He hasn't let me yet, and I think
That sounds about
I'm-
right. That's like our liquor bill.
Our liquor bill, yeah. We
Yeah,
show.
I'm-
That's what I said. We show up at the shows. Michael's already got a cooler full of booze, and then we figure stuff out after.
and I'm gonna guess and say that I probably make more money than Michael, but I'm not sure. I'm just gonna guess and say.
I do all right doing drywall,
Probably
but
less
next year
expenses
I'll
than
probably
Michael.
do
You're
dog
probably more
shit.
expensive than Michael, though.
I guarantee you.
Meatloaf.
I think my mortgage is around $12,000 a month. Just so we're clear, so I think I'm higher than you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's like, what the fuck?
One of my favorite things is there's a Ice Guardians podcast is Brett Hall, and they those spots with the sponsor spots. It's just Brett Hall who doesn't give a shit reading out stuff like it is. He's like in sweatpants and doesn't care and is reading off the spots. It's like the old TV, local cable access TV commercials, and it's so good. So you guys need to start doing that. If you get some sponsors, you have to do them that way.
I think we probably could if we reached out and tried to do it, but at this point, we're just two idiots having fun and talking, right? So I think after a year or two, when we have enough people actually watching, if we get over a few hundred, it might be worth it. But right now, let's be honest.
We kind of have over
So
100.
I think when you looked at the stats, we have 170 people that watch every show minimum, right?
Yeah,
Something like that,
Nick
which
says
is
300 plus kind of thing.
yeah. But on
When you
average,
put
it's
when you put this one up and do your thumbnail, whatever, just put like the couple of the guys from Scaled, and maybe you'll get like 3 more people watch it.
Well,
Well,
we
that's
got
3
5
more
people
people.
watching now. 2 people
Yeah.
left for once.
You're almost doubling it.
Yeah, when we were doing our lives, like obviously we didn't get a ton of people watching it while we were live, but like it was just crazy though. Like yeah, but it was crazy. Like
Thousands after.
yeah, like the views got decent,
Yeah.
but anyways, it doesn't equate to money.
Well,
So,
we weren't monetizing it.
I'm just trying to figure out. Did you guys do a podcast before? Because you've talked about it a
Not-
couple of times.
no,
we
not
did
podcast.
Facebook Live. So we would just do like a live. So we literally go live, and like have somebody like a friend or like somebody in the reptile hobby come and join us and have some drinks and just chat. Same kind of idea. We did like every week almost for a long time after the show. Not a long time, but like a couple of years, whatever.
COVID made it hard, and then we kind of
Yeah, we just and then
You guys did
go
Port
towards
City
Fear Dog.
Pythons though with Joe
Yeah.
Phelan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
he
Greg
stopped
on.
doing it.
Oh, I
a few years
remember
ago,
Joe.
but- Yeah.
And he came on
actually-
ours too.
I
But it
really
wasn't like a
enjoyed.
podcast, right?
Yeah, I really enjoyed Joe Phelan's show. What was it?
Yeah, he's
What was the name of the show?
It was a corn snake thing. It was corn.
No.
He was like a corn snake
It
guy,
was-
but it wasn't. The title wasn't that. But he was,
From the ground up. From
Yes.
the ground up.
Yeah.
From the ground up.
Yeah.
So I
It's
loved
funny-
his show.
He's great. No, he's a nice guy. Like
It's
super
funny because I was
It's a good
updating my
conversation.
website and looking for doing anything that was like, a YouTube or whatever like that we've done in the past. Because I'd never really, I mean, I might have shared it at the time, but that was about it. So I started adding some of that stuff to my website so that it kind of became a history. And I looked him up, and yeah, he doesn't do it anymore. He had a video like where update on
because he was going for like quite a while. And he was like super nice guy, like knowledgeable,
So-
very personable, like great.
he's completely gone because I remember he started his show on his own. Then he brought in his Melissa girlfriend for a
Yeah,
couple of years.
girlfriend.
Then I think they split up and she
They broke.
They
disappeared.
broke up. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he just vanished.
I said it's
Yeah.
so
And
obvious.
and then he was supposed to.
We
So
never
He-
heard
He
from
was
him.
wiped out.
Smitty, with Smitty, he was supposed to do Corn Stars with Smitty, and then
Oh,
like
really?
that never even started. Like they said they were gonna do it, and then Smitty just kind of started with Chris, and they kind of went. They did their little thing. Like they'll probably still do a couple podcasts here and there. The
We,
last, I
um,
think
We
their
get
last
hugged by
Corn
people to-
Stars was
to do
with
them, to keep
Craig
doing them, so
Schrumbauer.
we're gonna start doing some stuff again, coming up.
It's just going to be more random though.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Hey, Michael's
Yeah,
got a
but,
second tower.
What's that?
Michael's got a second tower.
Michael's got a.
There you
But
go. How
we
many notes did you fall on?
we talked to him after our live with him.
Oh yeah, we had like a
and-
great conversation.
and it was funny because they were like the reason he had us on was because he was being approached to do a reality type show that obviously never panned out.
Like, what's involved?
Yeah,
What's
so
he's
he
like,
started
just
asking
grilling
more
us on all
questions
the
off
stuff.
the air,
Yeah.
which was fun.
Oh
That ended up being just about as long talking to him.
yeah, it was like probably a couple hours of that.
Wasn't even part of it.
Chatting with him and Melissa.
3 hour. I don't remember
I
what.
think
her
I don't
name
know, whatever it was, but they were super nice. Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting how you start looking at everybody, right? Like people come and go. People are in, people are out, and it's good and bad. Like it's just like we're talking to Eric Burke earlier,
goes.
right? Like can you like I don't know if you guys have been listening to Morella Python Radio. Like it's one of the original
I feel like I
shows.
should because he seems like a good guy.
So
So,
it's one of the original show I've been listening to, and they're at year 14 now, 13 or 14, whatever it is. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous. Like,
2011, fall 2011 is when they started.
Nice.
so, but it's
Nice.
been so long. I've been listening since the first day they came out, and to me, they were
Nice.
like my idol. Like they were incredible,
Yeah.
right? Because I've been
oh, and you had him on
keeping-
with us. What are you doing?
Well, I've been on their show.
Yeah.
I think I've been on their show
Nice
4
story,
times, right? It's just
Oh,
they're
okay,
incredible.
okay.
To me, it was like a dream
Yeah.
to go on their show, and then I got on, and then they asked me to
Yeah.
come back on. And I was like, "Oh my god!" And then I came back on for a
Yeah,
double
yeah.
show for the breeding
Oh.
show, and I was like, "This is incredible." And then all of a sudden, I'm like, if I put on my podcast, then I can ask Eric, I can ask Owen to come on, and I'm like, amazing!
Great.
I get to speak to them more.
This is when
Like-
you get to have conversation with these people that you want to talk to, and
But-
that's awesome.
It's to me, this podcast is like it's so cool to be able to talk to all these cool people. Like the fact that, and I've talked to Nick Mutton a couple times on the phone, and fuck man, if you call him or he calls you, you're done for 3 hours. Like I asked him to talk to me about for one clutch. I had one clutch of coastal carpets that I needed to know what the heck was going on because it was a weird clutch. Took 3 hours, and we had to FaceTime, and he went through all the babies with me. Like he had nothing to gain. For 3 hours, he went through all the babies with me because I bred
That's what
a fucked
what
up
good people do.
clutch. He was the coolest dude ever,
Yeah.
and I love all those people. Like the people that still have the passion. To me, like the podcast is just I do it for me. We're never gonna make a buck. Let's be honest. Me and Michael, we're doing it just for fun. But
I mean, you,
it's-
you never know. So, like
Yeah.
authenticity rings true, and the true passion rings true. When people do stuff like fake and just for money, it never works out. So,
but
was
I
reading
have
something, it was an article somewhere about like the vibes or the wavelengths that people give off, or the whatever you call it. But when you're like authentic, it's like double, and it attracts people. So like that's why you see like these hot chicks with these douchebags, because they're just being real and authentic. They're not being fake. Like for real. Like there's all this like this whole thing of like when you're just being true to yourself and when you get like a topic that you're passionate about, and people all of a sudden they lock in when somebody talks about something they're truly passionate about, everybody goes whoa, and then it brings everybody in. It's just it locks you in. So that's what resonates with people is real, not being perfect, not being pretty, whatever. It's all like just real, and like authenticity is what rules the day.
so
So you guys doing this is awesome.
I agree, but that being said, if Michael and I were to take different decisions, like saying, you know what, we're going to try not to swear on the podcast. We're going to try to do, if we did a lot of things differently, I can guarantee you we'd probably have more success. But I don't give a
Short
fuck.
term, not long term.
Like we're doing it for us, right? We're just having fun,
Sure.
and we literally
Stay
had
true to yourselves, man.
Was that
keep
the
doing that. Like,
caramel?
don't change stuff. Don't change anything because you think it might help make, you know what I mean? Like, do it because you want to do it because that's how you are, because that's what rings true. So,
Okay, so I
Before- before-
I gotta answer that question from in the chat. Was it the caramel? So I bred two pure coastals together. One of them, the male is, and I'm really proud of this, and I don't know why, but he's in the carpet python book from Nick Mutton because he asked me for a picture of it. I have a super caramel exanthic coastal carpet python, and I bred it to a caramel hypo tiger carpet python. So imagine the mix and the shit you get from that, right? So
yeah.
I don't know how much you guys are into Morelia, but that is all the not to do things. You don't want to mix hypo with caramel because then you don't know what the
Right.
fuck you have. So
Right.
I bred that. I got 10 babies. I held back the 10 babies. After a year and a half, Nick knew about it because nobody had done really that pairing before. And Nick went through the entire clutch with me. We went through one
Nice.
baby at a time, and he said, "This is this, this is this, this is this," and I had fucked up numbers. 9 out of 10 snakes were hypo, which was mind blowing because should have been 50%, and only
Right.
two were super
We all
hypos.
know.
Sorry, only two were super caramels, which I should have had 50% super caramels.
Right.
So it was a really weird odd. I went through the entire clutch with them. It was really cool, and that's why, like, having a guy like him, like I can see myself right now. I talked to a couple of people, like I was saying earlier, like you'll sell one snake for $150. You're stuck talking to that guy for the next 3 years, 5 texts a day, right? So and you're like,
I
that
love
was
that
not worth
after
$150.
$9.99.
So, but Nick probably does that with so many people. Like I can't imagine. And every time I talk to him, he's like, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know I know you." Like, and we've talked over like 20 hours together, and it's like if he doesn't know me, like he has no idea who I am. And he's been on our podcast. I've talked to him on the phone for 3 hours.
Yeah,
He has no clue who the fuck I am, right? So
I don't know him. I've never met him, but I know of him because it's Tracy's boyfriend, I think.
No, that's not the
Tracy's
last name.
somebody else.
I don't think so. Never mind.
Yeah, Nick wrote the book with Justin, so that's why they both know the Carpet Python book because they both wrote it together. So Nick's the other guy that helped write
Yeah,
that book.
I just-
He's from Spokane.
Basically, he's like the head master of carpet pythons. The best way I can put it. Like, if you get something from him or you get something and he confirms it, it kind of like it validates everything, right? Like his word is everything.
True.
Yeah, it's not. Apparently, we're friends on Facebook. I didn't know that.
There you go.
Back in the Pleistocene.
But yeah, the big joke is next time we're gonna have to invite him on again, and I think we should post everything before we have Nick Mutton on. And just say every time he says plasticine, everybody has to take a shot. Just
Yeah.
put that right out there, but make sure that Nick doesn't know about it, and just see how fucking drunk everybody gets. He's a special guy, and he kind of speaks his mind, but I love it. Like he just speaks his mind, like he doesn't
I
give
know
a
I knew
fuck.
the name. Sorry, but no,
Just-
that's awesome.
But
I know
he's
of
a
him. I
great.
just didn't. Yeah. Sorry. Go ahead.
No, he's a great guy. I respect him, just like a lot of other people, right?
Yeah.
He's one of those people that still has the passion, so I
Yeah.
like it.
Well, like I don't know if you know Don Pogue at all. I used to chat with him on the phone all the time.
Don Pogue.
Yeah, Don Pogue. He was a colubrid guy from way back in the day, like 20, 30 years ago. He was a big. Yeah, he was the one guy that had like the biggest indigo
Wait,
collection. Loved
was
red
Michael
python.
born by then?
No, Michael
No.
won't have a clue. So yeah. No, anyway. Yeah,
Sorry,
he had a
Michael,
lot
I
of
had to do
cool-
it.
He had the Western pink coach whips, the pink ones. Like he had a bunch of stuff, like just cool. He's the one who coined the jumping worthless with the colubrids because nobody in Canada cares for the colubrids. They want the ball pythons, the boas, the pythons. Yeah, but anyway, he was an old school guy from back in the day. Like, Roy Stockwell, him and were like besties back in the day. All those guys in Ontario. He's in Ontario there. He's an old school guy. Chris Stone bought up most of his collection. When he sold a bunch of it, but anyway, just the same kind of thing. Like we talked for hours on the phone. super knowledgeable guy, super grumpy and gruff, like a lot of the old school guys are. Like unless you know, like you've done your research and know your stuff, they'll talk to you. If you're just like new, they have no time. They don't want to teach somebody stuff. They will if it looks like you've done your work, your homework, right? Then they'll like give you so much information. Like it was cool having like an old school, guy to talk to about a lot of stuff back in the day. But
Yeah.
anyway, it's a similar kind of situation.
I mean, I don't know if I consider myself old school. I started keeping in the late 90s. So, you know how you keep talking about how, like, if I kept at 3 years old, I've been keeping since I'm three. No, it's bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
to me, at 16
Well,
years old is when I started keeping. I had over 10
Yeah.
snakes in my collection at
Right.
16. I'm 44, so I've been keeping for, I don't know, what the fuck is the math on that?
Yeah.
30, 32? Holy
So
shit. I
the
drank
point
too
I was
much.
just making
I'm
was you'll
usually
see
good
people
with it.
had their they're like they'll use their time. Well, I kept frogs in a bucket when I was 4. Like I'm like that doesn't count, right?
Yeah.
It's different now. Like younger kids, 13, 14, 15, 16. They're actually there's the internet, there's the research. They're actually keeping stuff properly now. Like back then, nobody was doing that.
I wish people would
When I was
actually
that younger, you were
understand.
literally keeping them in an ice cream bucket with holes punched or
I
a
was
picnic
going to
jar
say,
with
like,
holes punched in the lid.
if people knew how we kept in the 90s and when we started, it was horrible. Can you imagine even the older guys? So we were supposed to have,
The 80s was me, and then the guys before me were in the 60s and 70s, so it was really the Wild West.
yeah, like we were supposed to have Ron St. Pierre last week, and he ended up
Oh,
getting
nice.
sick, right? So it
Ah,
should
shit.
be a redo. We're going to try to get him again. Because,
Oh,
like,
I'll try to book him for a few weeks into January.
well, put him in, man. Michael, what I don't know. What do you do in this podcast? Come on.
He drinks
I
beer.
booked
and
people
smiles.
in. I got MJ booked. we got other people booked. We're good.
You know what? I look forward to MJ. MJ should be good. And I'm going to say it in case MJ listens too. So, I love MJ's podcast now.
He
It's
would
going
have
to
gotten
sound
this
really
far.
bad, but I hope he still comes on. When he first started, I was listening to this podcast. I was like, who is this guy? Like, he's just talking about, like, I had a hard time listening to it, but now I freaking love his podcast. He has changed so much over the years. This guy is, and I love what he's done.
How has he changed? What didn't you like and what do you like now?
Oh man, now the problem is I'm drunk answering this question. It's just wrong. I should probably answer this sober
Welcome to
because
Michael's life.
and this is live, right?
Just like purple. We get him
So
wound
I
up and
think-
ask him more questions.
He's not
He-
listening. Come on.
Yeah, he's probably not listening. He was just much more abrupt and much less refined, is the best way I can say it.
Right.
Now he's much more. You can tell that he's careful what he says, and he's much more politically correct.
Guess maybe like instead of just
Maybe, but either way, what he's doing
but
now,
he's still himself.
he is still himself, but
he's still pretty.
people soften with age sometimes.
yeah, fair enough. But it's
Well, he's on to
Well,
kid number
fair
2 now, so he's kind of reined in
the best way I can say it.
Right.
I have a hard time listening to other people when they're talking about in like, it's gonna sound really bad, but like the gangster talk. I don't like it when people talk like
no,
that.
I hear you. Oh, nope,
So-
I'm with you. I'm with you.
And
I'm with
he
you.
was very much like that, and he's not like that now. But
Okay.
if I just forget the
Yeah,
type
okay.
of talking that he is,
Okay.
the information he puts out is awesome. It's entertaining. I like it, and he's gotten really, really good at it. And obviously, he makes his career doing podcasts, which is insane because we lose $30 a month doing this, right? So he's
Right.
doing
Start
much
somewhere, though.
better
You never
than
know.
us.
You know
What'd you
what
say?
though? That's the thing is, like I said, stay true to yourself. Don't look at what other people do and think you got to emulate that. Like seriously, dudes, keep what you're doing to yourselves and your personalities, and that's what's going to resonate. And you always there's always room for excellence and for people that are good at what they do.
And there's
And when you're
a lot of
authentic-
good podcasts out there. Like when you start listening to all the reptile podcasts, there's a couple of good ones. Like I'm gonna put this one out that we haven't talked about, the Reptile and the Idiot podcast. Like that's one of the ones I don't know if you guys have listened to. He's
Yeah,
pretty
like,
freaking.
I'm so bad for not. My problem is
I'm starting to
when the
think Chris
Reptile
lives under
podcast
a
started
rock.
coming out, there was a lot of people that were new, and they were like just barfing out information they had no experience with. They were just regurgitating stuff they read online, and I'm like, I have no time for listening to this crap. Like I already know, like whatever species, like that's wrong. Like I had no time for, they weren't coming from a genuine place. It was like dollar signs. Again, it was like a lot of the stuff in the hobby. But like I'm now seeing there's a lot of really great podcasts and like people that are like doing good stuff. So I'm more open to checking out more of the reptile podcasts because there's a lot of cool stuff going on.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones out there, and I'll be honest, like I listen probably to, I'm subscribed to like 7 reptile podcasts, and I do not listen to all of them. If they bring up a guest that I have no idea what the name is, I just skip it.
Yep.
Because the problem is
Yep.
the list is so long that I can only listen to
Right.
so many, right? So, but
If
I
something
was
catches your eye, then you're like, oh, let's do that.
exactly. And the Reptile and the Idiot podcast has been pretty damn good. The kid's actually, I'm saying the kid because he's obviously younger than me, but he's probably in his 30s, which makes Michael like a teenager. But anyway, we're not going to bring that up.
Yeah.
You keep drinking those coconuts there, Michael.
He's having the best birthday ever.
He's so red. Look at him. Like,
I know.
you got to lay off the coconuts, man. Like, and
This
for
is
anybody who
habits
knows,
for Michael. This is habits for
Wait.
Michael. This is like this is his normal state that we see him
but
in.
for all our American friend, kokanee is like American beer. It's water beer. That's what it is. It's like when you
It's
drink beer.
5%. It's not even like 4%. It's normal beer.
Now all Americans hate me. Have you ever tasted American beer? It's so disgusting.
It's just water.
No.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But like, what I'm saying is like, so like, again, same thing. I'll have podcasts to listen to, but again, I'll jump around. Like even the best ones, the greatest ones I listen to, I don't necessarily listen to every episode. I'll jump around. You get bored of it, you go to something else, then you go back again. So just keep that in mind. So keep doing what you're doing and do it, to the best of your abilities, but true to yourselves, and that's what's going to resonate, man. And that's what's going to keep your guys. That's what's going to grow it. Don't try and chase anything. Build your own way and just do what you're doing and what you think feels right. Just rock with that because you guys are doing a great job. You're having some fun guests on.
Yeah, we are.
I was going to touch on this before because we're just two idiots here, but like
With
the
two
guys
other
that you're,
idiots.
yeah, but like the guys that you're getting on is like, if they're the OGs in the industry and they're willing to come onto your show, that says something.
That tells you something right there. Absolutely.
So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because like you've done, you're in that space. You know that those podcasts. Like I wouldn't have a fucking clue.
Like I didn't know who any of those
Right,
guys were.
right. I was like,
ahead
it's
of
really
time,
cool
but-
to talk to those guys because then like I'd heard of Eric. I didn't. It clicked in kind of later on. I'm like, oh yeah, I have heard of Eric. And Dr. J too. Same thing. I was like, I feel like I have seen some of his stuff. I'm like, wait a minute, I do know that guy. So it just took a bit, right? It wasn't something that jumped to mind because I stay out of the reptile space on podcasts. But I think I'm going to get more into that now because it seems like there's a lot more good content because they're good guys, they're knowledgeable, they were like awesome dudes. So I'm like, you know what? That's something I'm going to jump.
Well,
into.
especially like with Eric, like doing this for 15 years, like
Yeah.
I'd be in the same position. Like, there's no way this guy's ever going to talk to me, but like, that's pretty cool.
How many times I told you that? Just fucking talk to people.
I know. But that's, yeah.
I
think-
feel
I think
I'm
you-
looking
One of
at
my cons, a good example.
I think you guys got more than you realize.
You don't realize what you got. So keep running with it and let it build momentum and be patient. Be patient and just keep doing
I
it.
think the thing that people don't realize is,
Consistency.
I don't know if anybody actually realizes this, but Michael and I have not had a lot of conversations before we even started the podcast. Like, I think we texted, what, like 8, 10, maybe 15 times maximum, right, Mike?
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't really know who the heck this was. He just asked me to do a podcast, and I was like, I've been wanting to do one forever, but I've always wanted to do one with Shan. So Shan's my other buddy that does Carpet Python. The guy's fucking cool. He's super nice. He has an amazing collection, and I love the fucking dude. But the problem is, we're the same. We keep the same. We're the same in every way. There's nothing good about me talking to him because we're talking about the same shit.
It's
Then
a small echo chamber and a tiny echo chamber.
So Michael is the complete opposite of me. He's
Yep.
half my age. He keeps something completely different. he
He's
grows
8 feet tall
facial
and
hair.
hairy
I
as
don't
hell.
have facial hair, you know, like just
Yeah.
completely different.
Yeah, he shaved twice during this podcast.
He did. Everybody will have to excuse Michael. He's got to go
No,
shave a third time.
Yeah, exactly. But no, like 100%, that's what's great is because it's like the different personalities. That's what works better. It works so much better because then he's out west here. He's been out here. He's gotten to know a whole bunch of us over the years. So there's a pool of people he could pull from that you would have no idea about because you're out there, you're on your own island. He's out here on his own island. So he'll know some of that stuff. Maybe he'll know some of this stuff, but there'll be the interesting characters that you'll both know that the other won't. So you can bring those in and work off them and it's better when there's the two different personalities, like you said, because if it's just agreeing on the same stuff, that's boring as hell.
Bad friend. Same thing. Two different guys, but they're funny as hell.
Yeah.
It's so good.
It's like
What
this
was
is-
that you said,
this is
Greg?
so good.
Yeah, just like Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee.
They're both
Like they're totally two different, and they just
like a ginger. They're two comedians, but one's a ginger, one's a Korean guy, and they're so different, like polar opposites.
But
That's why it
they're
works.
so
Same
funny.
thing. It's like the yin yang thing. It's but
Two different
You know,
perspectives.
yeah, and that's what's good is when you get those different perspectives and insights, and then you can bring some different people on that have other different perspectives. You can learn some more stuff, or it makes it so cool. Like I've had so much fun listening through to some of your guys' episodes here so far, and I keep meaning to hear all of them. I haven't heard all of them yet, but that's on my list.
Well, you should listen to them. This way, it'll bring our viewership from 3 to 4.
To four.
I told you, put an Animal Planet scaled on there, something about that, and like you might get 5 more people. But
You know what?
might help.
In all honesty, Greg, like that's fucking amazing that you went on that. Like I've listened to them. I still haven't watched the shows because I can't get them for free, and I will not subscribe to Discovery
Well,
Channel just to go
Send
watch.
me, I think I told you last time, send me a message. So,
He's gonna
because
wait it.
I've got a 3-minute window of remembering things. So if you message me, I'll remember and send you the link.
I've got you.
The problem is I'm slightly intoxicated, so I'll forget to message you.
No,
but-
I've got you right now. I'm writing it down on a note because Greg's like, remind me. I'm like, dude, tell it to your phone. Oh, yeah.
Did you hear the story of how we got the show? I don't remember if we talked about it.
No, you should tell that story.
Go for it.
So-
Mike's yours.
I'm gonna grab a drink while you.
So, yeah, and I'm long-winded with stories. So this will at least add another half hour to
Side question.
podcast, and we'll go in.
Wait till he gets
Yeah,
going.
we'll go in 8 different directions. But
You know what, Greg?
Um,
Usually I work the next day, but we did it Saturday, purposely knowing I'd be pissed drunk and I would have no issues. So go for it. I'm here for however long it lasts.
so I'll try and speed it up, but
Before we get there, this is the most animated I've seen you, Dom. This is great.
so I had a buddy working with me, and like to go back to back then, it was just me, and maybe I had one guy who would help me. And so he had been helping me for a bit. But to be perfectly honest, he was an alcoholic. So this one day, it was we would work out together, but he had like a couple vodkas in the morning before we went to the gym. But he was functional and he was a good worker. But anyways, this one Friday he had messaged a friend to bring him some vodka. And so we started drinking on this Friday. It was like probably, it must have been around the summertime because it was nice out. Yes, that's true. So that was the thing. Like on Fridays, Chris would come by because he had an outside sales job, and it would be like kind of a hangout in the afternoon. But this just started earlier. So by lunchtime, we were already half in the bag, and we went to a patio and kept drinking. And obviously, the drunker you get, the funnier you think you are. And we were joking around like, man, we should have a TV show. We'd be hilarious. And so whatever, that day got out of control. And the next day I'm like on my computer, like looking through emails, and literally a development company had emailed saying, hey, we're doing some research in this reptile world, and we think you guys would be a good fit for a TV show. Like, would you be interested in doing a TV show? I'm like, there's no way.
I get a phone call from him the next day You're not going to believe what happened. A production company emailed me about doing a TV show. I'm like, oh, okay, Greg, whatever you say.
So I'm talking
Worthy.
him through this, saying like, this got to be a joke.
Then I'm like, that sounds legit. He looked him up. I'm
I
like,
looked them up, and their big show at the time was Lip Sync Battle. Like they were no joke. Like they do this for a living. It wasn't.
they did a bunch of shows that were actually on TV. So
Yeah.
legit, not like huge.
Did they
shows.
do the aquarium show?
Well, no, but the whole premise, no,
Similar to that, right?
the thing was is that Tanked was kind of in its like it was on limited lifespan at that time, so they were trying to pitch a different idea that went in a different direction, but same idea.
There's people that work for production companies that also they're literally there. So here's like an inside thing on getting TV shows, or at least at the time it was, not anymore, because now it's all streaming. But was they were literally looking for different show ideas constantly. So if you pitch them something, you might get at least a crew to come out and maybe try and do a pilot or a pitch video for a show, because they're looking like there's a crew of people that's their only job is to find new ideas for shows. This guy had all these weird ideas. And his idea was, well, there's Tanked, there's fish. What if like reptiles? What if there's like a show like that, but for reptiles?
Yeah.
So he reached out to a bunch of people. He had some clowns that were like just made no sense, the response and stuff. And Greg was the only like good response that he liked. The way Greg responded was like, okay, I like the way he responded. I like this guy. So then he dug deeper.
Well, and it's funny. So what happened was, so I replied, and there's only so much you can get from an email. So then we had a phone conversation. But it was funny because I took this call while my kid was playing a baseball game. So I honestly didn't give it that much effort, but that's like me. It was an authentic
It
conversation.
doesn't get much effort, but
No, but like I just like it was like shooting the shit with a buddy. Like
Why'd you
Somebody
laugh
knows what
there,
I'm for.
Greg? Is everything okay?
yeah. But like it was just like an honest conversation, and I overpromised, not knowing where it would go. And he's like, "Oh, do you think you could do this?" I'm like, "Well, with money, we can do whatever you want." And so like it was an authentic conversation. So then that went from that to then
So then he calls me and is like, they're gonna do a Zoom call. He's like, it's gonna be him and Jim, and then maybe like the dude that worked the shop. He's like, I want you to be there.
Yeah.
I think it'd be good if you're in there. You'll bring some energy and stuff and some personality to it, and I want you to be there with it because you were there. Like we're buds, so I want you to be there too. So like that was like from this get go, so much appreciation for that. He brought me in right away and wanted me to play it.
And
So-
Chris, you were on the show too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Sorry,
so
I
we
haven't
had
seen
this
the
initial
show, right? So
Yeah, no, yeah.
So we had this initial like Zoom call, but the funny thing is from the get-go, he's like, we want you guys to be natural. We want you to be like, good energy. So like have a few drinks. So I'm like, oh, this is perfect. Like we love this already because that's what we do. Like that's the only way to get me animated is have a few drinks.
We had a couple beverages, did the Zoom call, and he's like, I love you guys because we're like busting each other's balls. Like we're just joking around, we're like, whatever. We're like, really? We're talking to a TV producer in LA? Okay, cool. Like we're like, this is not going anywhere. So we're just
Yeah.
kind of fun with it. So we're kind of fucking around. We're making like stupid jokes, and he's like, well, we're half cut. He's asking us questions. He's like, I love this energy that you guys have. I think we have something here. We're like, what?
I think the biggest thing was because we didn't expect it to go anywhere. So we just like we weren't fake.
Stressed out and trying to pretend to be anything. We're just being ourselves.
Yeah.
Again, the
So-
authenticity.
So that happened. So then that basically, then they got the go ahead
Yeah.
that Animal Planet would fund a pitch.
Yeah.
So then they came out with like no, like they,
Guys, it was him and what's his face? Nick.
yeah,
It was Sam and Nick came out. So they're paying these guys are from LA or wherever to come up and do like a pitch video. But then they're like, okay, so like, do you have any other like friends or like we need to round out a cast here? We need like, a bunch of group. We need some kind of character, like some people that that are like just kind of out there, like interesting people, interesting characters. So
Eccentric.
he recommended a bunch of people. And some of them ended up being on the show and some didn't, some didn't make it. Some were like crazy interesting and the stuff they wrote in. And then when they interviewed them, they're like, this is like boring as fuck. Like you're dull. Nope. Not good for TV. And then it was like, Rachel was like, we found this local person. And like, we're gonna put her on the cast. Like, oh, okay, cool. We're like local. What do you mean? Like, they're like, she's from Saskatoon. We're like, that's like 6 hours away, dude. That's not local. Yeah. They're like, oh, she's like family goals. Okay, whatever. So she showed up, and then she became
Who
on the
was that
cast, too,
person?
but that was Rachel.
Yeah, she was basically the
The lead
woodworker.
carpenter. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it was interesting. So the first kind of pitch video they did, like they had no like storyline or anything. They were literally just trying to build something from nothing. So they just followed us around for a week. Did we do?
Oh, that was the pool table.
No, the pool table was
Oh no,
the
the next
second.
video was the.
It was just around the shop and trying to find
Was it
people.
really? Was it?
Yeah.
Was that long?
Anyway, so they did this video and it became a 5-minute
That was the
pitch reel.
spider thing I tried to get Jim with. This video.
Yeah. And then
Michael, I'm
Five
disappointed in you.
oh, there
Oh, there we go. So, I'm black.
He-
Fired.
He logged himself off. Did you guys see that? He logged
Fired
himself off.
himself.
he just that one's upside down.
He was like afraid of spiders and tarantulas. So we set up, I took a shed and put it up on top of some stuff. We set it up so that he had to, and then Greg's trying to find a way to ask him for these tubs at the top. So he grabbed it and split down, and the shed fell on him. But it like backfired because we thought he'd scream like a little girl when he saw it, thinking there was a tarantula crawled onto him. Right? Like the molt, like a
So-
molt from a tarantula.
Yeah, yeah.
So it looks like a
if,
tarantula.
if I understand well, because I haven't watched the show Scaled, right? And
Yeah.
I have a pretty
Yeah.
good idea of how it is. I've watched the show Tank before.
Yeah.
So was it similar to that where you were purposely trying to be pushed towards building crazy, weird shit
Yeah,
purely
so
for TV, right?
We
One
had
second with
said, sorry,
So-
sorry, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to finish my thought there. So, but you're trying to do these, but most of them were done for TV and weren't actually useful for people. Is that type of the idea? Like, you know what I mean?
So
Like,
that's, I knew where you're going with that, and that's, we said from the get-go that like us, so for example, like me, Greg, Tyrone had been in the reptile industry for a long time before, and we will after. So we have no interest in doing stuff just for TV, and it doesn't work because we've heard about the horror stories with Tanked, where stuff's just done for TV, it doesn't work, the animals die, everything's shitty. Like these have to work for the animals long term. So we have to have that built in. So we like our reputations are like you don't get a second chance with your reputation. If you do stuff that's whatever sketchy,
Hokey, it's going to be
hokey,
talked about.
I mean hokey's fine, but it's like there's some consideration, or you can make some not consideration. Anyway, like there's some stuff you'll do that maybe doesn't look the best, but still works. But they want to do it because it's flashy and stupid. You're like, this is dumb as hell, but it'll still work. It's fine. I hate it, but okay. Because it's not going to hurt the animal. It's not going to affect them in any way. It's going to look cool.
They'll get what we want.
They'll get what they want, but we still get what we want too, where the animal's health is not affected in any way. Right? That was our primary concern, is we just have to last long term. So we're still, to this day, the only build show on TV ever that did not have a ghost crew. We built all the builds ourselves. We had a bit of help initially with some stuff that fell through. Some people trying to do some fancy decor stuff. Another company that does TV stuff, it didn't work out. And there was a whole big kerfuffle. So then we ended up just doing all of it ourselves. So we were working day and night. Like we were getting like 3-4 hours of sleep. What's happening?
He can't even talk to it anymore. He's just giggling in the bottom.
I don't know
I'm
if
just
you-
letting you guys talk.
I was gonna say, I don't know if
Just
anybody's noticed, but
sitting back.
Michael's not talking anymore. He's too drunk.
We
He's
talked
just
about
gone
that
from the
20
show.
minutes ago. He was catatonic 20 minutes ago. He's just been giggling for the last hour.
You know
An
when
hour.
Totally fine.
it's really good when he starts hiccuping.
Yeah, yeah.
He hasn't got there yet.
When both those
Yeah,
towers go down, and he's
that
like,
is
you
pretty
just
true.
see his shoes come up. But no, so we made a point of saying to them that this has to work for the animals. We will not. That's a line in the sand we've drawn, that we can't just do it just for TV. So some
No,
stuff
and
we did that we weren't happy with, like there's a Princess Castle we did, which we thought was stupid, but the size was fine and everything else was fine inside.
We made it.
But the way it looked, we made it work. But it was like, I hate it. But they were pushing hard. So we're making it work for the animal. And then if we want to dress it up, whatever, on the outside,
So,
okay, fine.
who paid for those things? Did the people actually pay for that, or was it just done for
Party.
TV?
So, like, let's just talk the first bit. Was the Dart Frog one that did it end up being the
That
first?
was episode 1.
Yeah, okay.
That was
So it was
cool.
it was weird because all the stuff, the way that it was filmed wasn't necessarily how you saw it on the show because
in order.
yeah, like it wasn't necessarily in order. So it was
For us,
really
it's hard to
weird.
go. What was the episode was what? Because
Yeah.
we filmed it in different. We were filmed it in different order than they showed the show.
Yeah,
So like what we filmed first isn't the first episode.
yeah.
If
Anyways,
that makes sense.
so that was probably to date the most expensive thing, like based on the expenditures, like it ended up costing us probably 60 to $65,000 for this one build. That was basically multiple like dart frog
It was a
enclosures.
Mayan temple.
Mayan, yeah.
A core unit with like however many, I can't remember how many levels. It had rain cloud, like a cloud thing, had a lightning storm, and then the rain, like
Yeah.
it was all set up, and it had like Mayan themed stuff engraved.
So
like
who paid
hieroglyphs.
for it?
So, and that's what I was trying to get to, but like,
Yeah.
so that one, 65,000. So we didn't profit off of that,
But
but the customer only paid $5,000.
production covers the rest.
Yes.
Okay,
So basically
so
production's
somebody
like-
paid for it. Though.
Production's like, what can you pay? Cool. We'll make it cool for show. We'll cover the rest.
Yeah.
So
So,
they try and soak the customer for whatever they'll pay,
yeah.
and then they pay the rest. So,
So-
typically it's like 20%, but that one was way less. So some of the big ones were less, some of them were more. But they're like, what do you want to pay for this? What can you pay for this? Because
And
whatever they can
that's-
pay less is good.
Yeah, that's what I've always wondered, right? Because if I said like, "Hey, I want you to build me a circus for my bearded dragon,"
Like-
which I would never ask for that, just so we're clear.
Right.
But
Yeah.
like,
And nor would we, and we hated doing that. Thank you very much. Thanks for bringing that up.
oh, was that a thing?
actually
I
did a
haven't.
circus
It's a
honestly,
circus
I
build for
just-
a bearded dragon.
I
We
want to
literally
make
did
it
a
clear.
circus build for a bearded dragon.
Okay, you realize I haven't seen the show yet, right? Because
I know,
I'm trying
I
to
know.
get it for
So
free
you
because
brought
I
that
don't
up,
want to pay for it.
Either you're full of shit or that's crazy that you brought that up, and I love
Okay.
it either way.
Maybe you brought it up on the last show, and that's why I'm bringing it up. But I don't know.
Might be.
It might be. It might be in my
Yeah, it's
subconscious, and I'm bringing it back up. But that type of idea, that's what I've always wondered. Because I look at some of the things, and again, I'm comparing it to Tank because I've seen that show and I haven't seen yours. And I look at some of their bills, and it must be a ridiculous amount of money, right? Which I feel like a lot of the customers can't afford that. So there's got to be some type
Oh,
of
they can't.
subsidy or something, right?
Yeah.
None of the customers paid full price for anything.
Yeah.
That's what I
so-
figured.
So
Yeah.
this
That's-
is
that's
this
the
is
answer.
the simpler, more simplistic answer. So TV only cared about TV. So
Yeah.
if they had somebody who had two nickels to their name,
Yeah.
but it was gonna make for good
But
TV,
they were interesting characters
yeah.
and like would be good on TV. They're like, we're locking that down.
I
They'll
guarantee.
cover whatever for it.
Yeah.
They're like,
Like
pay us what you can, and they would.
Marshall.
They have their own negotiators to work with. Like we had no part of that. That's not ours. That's production and the customer. They brought in the people, so they had like a casting call for that. They
But
dealt with
in-
that. We just dealt with building it.
But in the end, all you would do is you'd get covered your time and your costs with no profit,
Yeah.
right? Basically.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
So you're
They
hoping
just
that
basically-
The money you make on a first year of a reality TV show is
nothing.
fucking shit.
Yeah.
It is not good
but
job
the,
money.
the idea is that your name gets pushed out there, right? So
Right.
that's the way
and,
it happens,
and,
right?
and the whole
If you get into a fourth season, that's when you can be. If it's a hit show, then you're like, that's when you're making 10, 20 grand an episode or on whatever. But
well, and they start merchandising
you're
everything.
doing like
start getting
$500
cuts.
a week.
Yeah.
Like what?
Well, yeah, it
Or
basically
less.
it worked out to per person. It was $750 US per episode, but like it's hard to quantify that. So we had 10
But
episodes.
that's when the US dollar was the same as Canadian dollar.
Well, it was closer.
On par, yeah.
So
Not now. Yeah.
we had 10 episodes. So let's just say everybody made $7,500.
Yeah.
And that was what, 3.5, 4 months.
5 months.
Yeah. Chris quit his job.
Yeah. So they like we started out and I was doing stuff and I still had my day job and I was
Moonlighting, basically.
well, I would come in after my regularly paid shift and then work at the shop. And then so finally it was like, okay, we need you here full time. What is it going to take for
I'm
you?
sure
to make,
Greg paid you well.
I'm like, here's what I need. So the production company. had
Yeah,
it.
like it was
Like
just
here's what I need to quit my job to be here. So like okay, done. I'm like, oh shit, okay. So I went to job. I'm like, can I do this? I'm like, okay, but I was too honest. I said, like, I don't know, like, if it takes off, who knows? But I'm like, I need a leave of absence. So like, well, if you can't give us the time, like, we can't. They were awesome about it. They're like, hey, we love this, we love you. We like, like, go for it.
You gotta take the
And like,
streets.
and do take it fast. And like, whatever happens, if it doesn't work out, you have to come back. Like, we would have you back in a heartbeat. So, but they're like, we can't hold your job technically because we don't know a time. Like, you can't. This should give me a time frame. I'm like, in all honesty, I can't. I was too honest about it. And I was like, I can't because I don't know. I have no idea how it's going to go. I literally can't tell you. I'm like, I should have just said, hey, 6 months, whatever, cool. And then turn it from there. But, that's fine. But I didn't. So that's fine. So then we did that. And then they were like, okay, done. So then I lost my company car. So I had to rent a car and then buy it. It was like this whole thing. But they brought me on full time. So then I could film all day instead of coming in late in the afternoon, end of the day, and then trying to film my scenes, right? So
Yeah, it was interesting, and it actually, I think, got somewhat close to being a second season, and
oh,
and
like
and we were excited for it
vets that
because
guys had worked on like Naked Afraid, Comic Book Men, like all these and like
high, high,
Ride, a bunch of these like there was a crew there was like production assistants there that saw like camera guys coming in going, oh my god, it's an honor to work with you. Like they had like legit
we had,
top tier like crew.
yeah,
Oh shit. So then you got that pressure on you, like, damn, they're spending like what was it, 3.5 million for the season to produce this show. Like, oh fuck. So then you like in the back of your head, you're like, okay, like we gotta crush this.
one of the other crazy things with our show is and it's hard to quantify because we don't know other shows, but they were saying that this is probably one of the only shows that's ever come in under budget.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
we knew what we were doing. They weren't outsourcing stuff because most of these, like Chris touched on it before with the ghost crews.
Yeah.
How many woodworkers do you know that know reptiles?
Reptiles. So they had to know
Reptiles that know
woodworking and
woodworking.
this and also no reptile stuff.
So-
Nobody does.
so we-
That's
so we-
it.
so we-
There's
we had to-
two of them are right here.
So
That's
we had
it.
to do it ourselves.
Nobody else knows.
There was no other option,
So
so
yeah,
we
we
made it
couldn't
work.
build stuff for TV, but then also for the animals because we kept having to. And there was even like spots that some of the other cast did. They recorded some stuff for Animal Planet, and they're like fucking clowns, just spewing stuff. They quickly researched it. Look at me, I'm on TV, and like found a care sheet that was wrong and had this whole spiel about an animal. It was put on Animal Planet, and then they're like, wait a second. And I'm like, me and Ty were like, no, that's wrong. Literally 60% of what that person said on their thing was wrong about the animal. The Animal Planet has to pull it. Like, oh shit.
It's
So like,
crazy.
there's not people that know the animals and the woodworking stuff to be safe to bring that in. So it was like, yeah. Anyway,
It was fun, and like we were super excited because in between when the first episode or first season was airing and I was negotiating for the second season, like I got multiple emails from the Smithsonian that wanted builds. And like that's like top tier. Like being able to say that you did something for the Smithsonian. Yeah, like it was just crazy. And like there was a pro NBA player that had reached out to, like his people had reached out.
stuff on tank.
Yeah, and he had done multiple shows on Tanked.
We
But-
had in Michigan, a pyramid for
For-
crocodilians.
Yeah, like a whole
It was like
a
huge
farm.
crocodile farm. They were
Yeah.
like all these things they want to do for the next season, and they're like, because it came in, they're like literally at the wrap party, they're like, because it came in under budget, that almost guarantees you're getting a second season. They're like, we're like, you're getting a season 2 no matter what. Like everything was saying was gonna. They negotiations went on longer, and
So
they
why
even-
didn't you get a second season?
So Animal Planet canceled all of their build shows. Trios Master, all
They,
that stuff.
yeah, so they had a change in like the
And then like the streaming services were in, so they're like, we don't know what direction to go. And Susan Dinage, who was the head of Animal Planet at the time, loved apparently like we heard from other sources, not from anybody else, that like people from another show were like, she loves your show. Like they're like, that's like her favorite show. And she like MLS, like the well, not MLS, sorry, whatever the soccer, the biggest soccer league in Europe. she was going to be the lead. So they were going to poach her from Animal Planet to run it. So she's going to leave. They don't know. It's all a big turmoil. Then she came back, and then a year later quit anyway. But so they're like, so then they were trying to negotiate with Greg. Well, maybe we do a streaming thing. It's a half an hour because it was a 1 hour episodes. We had 10 full 1 hour episodes that were shown in 194 countries around the world. It was crazy. But so then they're like, oh yeah, like you're getting a second season. Like all these vets from the industry are like, yeah, you're getting a second season. Like this, like they're like, we don't see whatever they're talking about doing. Like none of this happens. You're for sure getting a second season.
So,
And we didn't.
so Greg, did that help? How did that help your business? Did it help at all, or did you see any jump from it? I'm just curious from this because like
It's hard to say. So like,
that's
Yeah, 'cause we got
huge.
fun stuff.
Yeah.
It's like, we got the
yeah, like it did, and it got us obviously more exposure. Yeah, like, the things that we were able to do because of who we supposedly were, now we're considered experts in our field and everything, which was mind-blowing to me because it was like we're just a bunch of idiots kind of having fun, like, and people get to see it online. But we got to go behind the scenes at San Diego Zoo. Like that's insane. We go to these shows in the US and people are handing us animals so that they can get pictures of us holding their animals. It was just surreal. Like it was so crazy. But like my business, I mean, obviously I would say that it did benefit from it, but not to the extent where you would think it would. What what really kind of grew the business is like during COVID, honestly. And I mean, kind of through the exposure and everything else. But like when everybody was stuck at home and not spending money on going out and entertainment and stuff, that's like where the numbers started really growing for sales. And some of that would have been because of the show, but we're still not doing like crazy high-end builds because of the show. And it's unfortunate. Like we had really high hopes for season two because we understood the TV side of things more and had a better understanding of what we could say yes and no to. Like in season one, it was like, well, we don't want to screw this up. So we just like agreed to do whatever they told us. But once we realized that we could say no to things, it gave us a better understanding, and then same thing, an understanding of season two. Maybe we can hire a ghost crew that does a lot of the work.
have more say and stuff than we thought we did.
Yeah. But yeah, like same thing, like I started touching on it with like all the reach outs that we had, but as soon as the show died, like it was not happening anymore.
Ratings like in Canada were great. It's Canada doesn't really matter in the global scheme of things because it's like tens, 20s, and maybe 100,000 people.
All
The US
10
is
people.
millions of people. Yeah, so like US, we were in what they call the death slot. It was Friday evening. That's what if you like literally if you Google it, if you Google TV death slot, that's the slot we were in. They're like but we're like it did good. They even said it did good. It just didn't do as good as they thought. So like they couldn't justify spending the money that production wanted to do more seasons. So that was the negotiation part, and that's why it ended up falling apart and not becoming a thing. But then like there was a show, Amanda's the Rescue. I don't know if you ever saw that Animal Planet. It was a dogs rescue dog, like crippled dog. Like, it's got everything that would like make a hit show. It's got an attractive lady who's bald.
Everything I wouldn't want to watch.
Yeah, but
You're not the normal viewer,
Right.
so
No, I don't give a
That
shit
was-
about
but
dogs and
she-
cats,
so,
even
like,
though I
they
have
re-
some.
They reached out to us when we were down in the States and said, "Hey, Animal Planet fam, to Greg, like our premieres coming out. Do you guys want like after our show had just come out? We had a few episodes out. We're down doing a show in Oregon. Do you want to come to our release
release
party?
party.
Let's come up." So we're hanging out with them, and they're talking about their crew and stuff. They're the greatest crew ever, and her crew are talking to us like, "Oh my God, you're working with this guy and this guy and this guy." They're like, they're my idols in this industry. Like, so they're like, "Oh, we're like, oh man," like, and she's like, they're all telling us like, Animal Planet was talking up like. They couldn't figure out what we were doing because there was like in social media, we had some videos that did like 15 million views and like millions of views on all these videos, the YouTube videos, stuff that Animal Planet was doing, but the ratings weren't necessarily translating. They couldn't figure it out. So
We had some good things going for us, but
Yeah.
it just didn't pan
Yes,
out, which is unfortunate. But
they were pumping us up with a bunch of good stuff. We're like, oh sweet, like oh my God, this is like
It's
This is like a life-changing thing. And like now we know what this looks like. So now we can like boom. Because like you don't know what you're looking at. Like you're exhausted, you're filming this stuff, you have no clue what the show's gonna look like. You have no idea. They're filming you, you're in a dirty shop in Calgary, we're filming stuff, we're joking around, we're just being us. And like don't between scenes, don't talk to each other, wait for the cameras. Okay, you're spilling TV, haha. Now talk about stuff on the show while you're on camera because it's a reality show, you're not actors. Don't act. Don't like they weren't feeding us stuff. It was like just be yourselves, right? That's more authentic is better.
Yeah.
Right. So that was the whole thing. And then after you feel like, oh shit, like I wish I knew what this was going to be and look like because now moving forward, there's different things you could do, or you know, not say behave differently, but just like you understand what they're looking for, what they're doing, what part of you they're looking for to come out more, maybe.
You also like it's crazy. So like Chris touched on it earlier, but to make a 1 hour TV show, like between all the different cameras that they have filming, 200 hours gets whittled down to 1 hour. So you worry
Yeah.
about one thing you said,
Yeah.
it likely will never see the light of
No
day.
idea. Or like I've said this like 14 times, right? Somebody else screws, okay, you're just wait, stop, guys. Okay, just talk about this again. So you talk about it again, and like you're tired. Maybe like you literally say the opposite of what you meant. Oh no, wait, I didn't mean that. And then like an editor puts that in. Like, no, I didn't say like what? That's like I know that's wrong. Why is that in there? But somebody else who has no idea is an editor in New York. He's slapping the show together. This is a better shot for him.
and
So
he
then it's
picks
like,
the
why
one
is
line
that
you
in?
didn't want in there.
Yeah, like the one line. I was like, what? Like what? No, I don't even remember saying that. I'm like, no, I know that's wrong because I said this like 15 times, but somebody else was like having a bad day, so they had to keep reshooting. It's like stop, or they're doing B-rolls. Like, okay, we'll get coverage. We'll like film from a different angle, and we'll like you've said this, and then they take that. You're like, what? You're like I was just talking because I thought you were just shooting. Like, so it's like, oh damn. So it's interesting to see like how the sausage is made because I look at TV shows so differently.
Yeah.
So differently.
Watching reality
I do
shows
not
now. I
judge
look for somebody-
anybody for what they say on a show because I'm like, hang on a sec. Like that could have been like, on a Friday night after they've been busting their ass all week and 16-hour days, and they didn't even mean to say that. Sometimes like literally you're like, don't say this, and you say it. Haha, oh shit, said it. But I will say this. My shining glory is I did get to say stick it to the bunghole in 194 countries. So wine barrels have a bunghole. The hole in a wine barrel is called a bunghole. Weird, right? Google that, found it out. Man,
Made
they
it-
did
made
that.
it
She's
part
like,
of the
she's
show.
like, I bet you can't say that on camera with a straight face. I'm like, oh, you're on. So we did a scene. We're doing some stuff. We had some bourbon bottles. We had some like wine barrel bills, and we put bourbon bottles with LED lights. It was like an amber glow in it. It was a cool thing. And I forget what happened. It was this. How are we going to wire it in? I'm like, stick it in the bunghole, and somehow got that straight faced, and it somehow got through.
And you got that on TV.
That's on,
Yeah,
that's
I did.
on the show. Yeah.
So, and another kind of like side thing
So the
too.
13-year-old me is like,
Yeah. And this ties into the 13-year-old. So before when we knew we were getting the show, like and me thinking about Michael's looking he's Googled what a bunghole is.
oh, he's like, yeah. But like Michael's, yeah.
Anyway,
Michael's
so
Google is a lot different.
so
Okay.
me and Chris are
Give
very
Michael
similar
a
in
chance here. He can't even speak anymore. Come on,
I know. Okay, wait, stop. Michael, speak.
are you okay, Michael?
I'm
Michael.
all good.
Oh, he's still there.
I'm still here.
So me and Chris are very similar. So like a lot of the shit we do is for our own entertainment more than like trying to make other people laugh. So when we were going, yes and no, but when we were going into this show, I'm like, what would be something super cool like that we could do for the show? Yeah. Yeah. So what would be something that would be awesome that would become like and because we're alcoholics, what would be something awesome that we could do that would be like a drinking game for watching our TV show? So we did a big black
Like a
rooster
2-foot rooster out of PVC.
that we would move around
Black
like,
PVC.
every day we would move it around just to see like
So there's a big black cock
yeah.
in the back background of
I don't even know
It's
what
like-
to say to that.
almost every person.
Exactly, but it's
Because
funny.
There's
Car-
push sticks.
Carlos.
Yeah,
There's push sticks that were made.
yeah, that's the other thing.
It was recently changed them to push dicks.
Yeah.
So like the push sticks for the table saw, he had a program. She changed it so they looked like a ball sack and a cock. And somehow, like, so we made a couple, and there's a couple of scenes
Where they actually made it in and
Some
nobody
photos.
noticed.
Yeah,
It didn't get cut
yeah,
out,
there's a
but
couple of push sticks in there.
we're children basically to entertain ourselves.
I need to see that.
The funny thing is like we were very intentional in some stuff, but those are the footage that never made the light of day. And there's so much like fun stuff that we did that like it's funny because
Still about Cornell's World after.
yeah,
dinner,
like
and
yeah,
stuff
like
that.
the outtakes that we could have used even just for our own selves for
Yeah,
entertainment.
the bunghole.
Yeah.
There's the
We had so much
the
stuff.
concrete fight. There's a whole bunch of stuff. Like
Yeah, and basically when you're being filmed, they film everything. And my biggest worry with this show was because it was Cornell's World's reputation. I really worried because you literally had to legally sign that they could portray you however they wanted based on the footage that they got. They could take in
Yeah.
whatever
yeah,
direction.
they're
for it.
allowed to do. Literally says right there, they can do whatever they want with it. They can make you look bad if they want.
Yeah, I
And you
spent
sign that right away.
I spent $5,000 with like a high-end lawyer to like to go through like they were the same
Standard
lawyers that the
industry.
Property Brothers had.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, I want to do my due diligence because I don't know what any of this
Yeah.
means. So that was my biggest worry is
So
that Go
in the end, you ended up signing it, knowing that they could have fucking taken your
Right.
your
Yeah.
They could do
reputation,
whatever they
tarnished
want.
it
Yeah.
completely, right?
It's like, oh boy, I gotta trust
That's
that
a
they're
risk.
gonna make us look good because it's gonna be better for the show if we look
Yeah.
good. But oh boy, if they don't, this is gonna be bad.
yeah, and
I don't know.
honestly, there was some stuff that could have been used that they chose not to, which was awesome because like not that we weren't professionals, but like we'd never done to this extent before of the way it was filmed. Like
But
we
you
didn't know how
understand that
TV
too.
worked. Like and we were taking some builds not being done and we had to have it done
So something that would take like 3 weeks to do, like literally 3 weeks to like
proprietary.
do.
They'd give
You've
you
got 4 or 5 days to do it
Yeah.
now. Go. And you're filming all day.
Yeah.
Just don't care how you do it, but better show up at 7 o'clock in the morning ready to shoot bright and fresh. What?
It doesn't sound like fun.
we went
But
into
but when it was done, we're like, sign me up for more. Like
Yeah.
after like 2 weeks, Kristen was like, oh God, thank God this is over. And like a week or two, like, let's do it again. It was
Yeah.
so fun.
it
It's
went
crazy.
once it all ended, we're like, oh, I can't wait to do it again because
Yeah.
we had a better idea and
So
we were excited.
crazy, it's like almost traumatic, but like this insane, like emotional, just roller coaster. And like it was just nuts, like completely bananas. It's the whole thing where you're like, oh my God, like at times you're like, shit, this is gonna be like shown on TV.
So this Chris, as soon as I start talking about this, Chris will know where I'm going. But there was one episode where it all had to work in their schedule. So we had two that were kind of close together distance wise. So we had to basically do filming for 2 episodes that the reveals were going to be done within days of each other. And the one wasn't even done before we had to actually go there. We hadn't figured out how to make it work. And they're like, well, you'll figure it out. So
We pulled, I think it was 2 all-nighters
Yeah.
in a row.
yeah, it was insane.
All night, no sleep. We literally, me, you, and Rach took like a 20-minute shift of napping on the pool table.
Yeah.
Wake me up at 20 minutes. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
You guys look like shit. You need some sleep,
Yeah.
but by 7 a.m. we got to start filming in the morning, and
make sure this is done.
this is all the stuff you got to get
This
done.
professional production crew is just waiting for you to be ready. So, yeah,
Anyways, so
Pressure.
there was this one episode where it wasn't done yet. We were getting down to the wire of having to do the actual film for the reveal, and we weren't even done. It wasn't even built. It wasn't completed. We had an issue with a part. Anyways,
assemble it.
so we're basically
Is that
minutes
it?
away. No, we're minutes away from doing the reveal. And
Mhm.
Chris accidentally knocked a paint can.
That's Chris's castle.
Yeah.
So
One we hated to begin with.
There's like weird angles on it. And so the inside we're painting. I put the can of paint on top. Doing stuff. I opened the door, and like the top of the edge of the door was the paint was just overlapping it. So I opened it, and this can of green paint goes falling down, and boosh, like explodes. It's like hardwood floor, this beautiful dark hardwood floor. And I'm like, oh,
There's paint.
fuck.
There's paint everywhere, literally on
He's
the
like, oh shit.
ceiling.
I'm like, oh,
It's
shit. We
everywhere.
didn't know that though. We're like, oh god, it's everywhere. And then literally the camera crew and stuff, they like their cameras, they just back up and they're quiet. Like, oh shit, oh shit. He's like, is anybody gonna help? And he's like, yeah, because he thought the crew's gonna help. They're like, nope, this is
No,
TV.
they're gonna film it. So
So
they
they're
filmed
like,
the
go get some
whole of it.
rags. I go to the truck and I'm like, I could probably just drive home right now.
I seriously
Yeah.
didn't know what to do. Like I was like, the fight or flight, I just like couldn't do anything. I was just so scared because like they filmed all of it.
Somehow
And
the
we
rags cleaned off the-
Did any of
that's
it
the
make it
hardwood, all
on
the spray
film?
paint.
no, none of it. Like, and that's the thing, like it could have. No, none of it made it on film.
Because I maybe they okay, so and then after it was done, we're about to leave. We look and there's spots of green paint on the ceiling. We're
Like
oh,
we'll deal with it
so we had to
later.
go fix that after, yeah. It was like, oh my god. But
But same thing, that build actually, so we finally
that was the whole. They made me shoot about 30 times, me going, oh, I spilled the paint. I feel like I'm at Greg's office. They're like, okay, now say, I spilled the paint. I'm like, I spilled the paint. Like, what do you want from me? I don't know. Like, no, do it differently. I'm like, how do I do that differently? I'm like, this is stupid. Yeah.
Yeah, so that one didn't make, but like again, as a business owner and like doing this, I'm like, this could ruin us. Like we look like idiots.
That was-
But yeah, and
we fixed it, it was fine.
the build wasn't even done when we did the reveal, and like, her emotion was real, but
Yeah.
like
She
she
was crying. She loved it.
she
We're like,
loved it,
it
and
was
but
crazy. We're like, what? We were like so worried that she was gonna be like, this is garbage.
yeah, because
She was in love with it.
we
We're like,
hated
"What?"
it.
'Cause we hated every part of it.
And then the funny thing with that build was because technically the sizing was okay, but because this is being viewed in the UK, they have much more restrictive, like
So
if you have this animal, it's got to be this big, which was way under.
So it's Disney theme. They wanted a Disney theme for it was 3 animals. There was a ball python. What else was there?
Well, they were all snakes, but I don't
I think
remember.
it's
Or
like
maybe
milk
they
snake,
were
green
all
snake.
ball
One was ball
pythons.
python. There was 2 other snakes, and it was like this castle.
It was
So they do like a Disney castle. Like, so
It
we did the
was
same with
TV.
fascia and inside. So what they had to be different themes inside each of the rooms. So one was like this aquatic underwater with like a
bubbler.
bubble under the wall that got fucked up. It was too hot. And the other one was, well, that was too hot. The other one was, and then there's like a jungle and then something else. We're like we hate and like there's weird details and a drawbridge at the bottom where it opened where you put your like the storage unit. We're like, this is so stupid. I hate
Yeah.
it. But again, like it was still functional and the sizes were actually fine for a ball. It was way bigger than any drawer somebody keeps an adult ball python in.
Yeah.
Right? The guys that breed them and put them in drawers, this was bigger than that, the space it was in. But because it was stupid and Disney themed and the colors were weird, people are like, that's terrible. Like, I get it, we hated it, but for the animal, it was actually fine.
Yeah, we didn't
We
get
just didn't like the way it looked. We're like,
Yeah.
this is like, I would not build this ever, but she wanted it, they wanted it, and they were pushing hard, like, you have to, like, okay, we're still gonna make it work for the animal. So like, we still had our point of making it work for the animal, and they got their thing, and they wanted it for TV, and they got the reaction they wanted out of her, because she literally cried. Literally cried. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, that was wild. I was expecting, because you have no idea what, because they don't show them ahead of time. So they don't want to ruin the reaction because they want to be real. So they don't show them. They have to hide away. We setting up, they can't come in the room, and then they come in. It's like, we're like, fuck. Like, you have no idea how the people are gonna react. Like, they told us this kind of vague thing they wanted, and we had to build up from that. We're like, oh god, like I hope this is what they wanted and what they like.
We also didn't really have contact with the people. Like,
Yeah, we couldn't talk to them after to get more details or flesh it out. Nope, you got one thing, that's it. Now go with it.
so like the first episode that we did with this Mayan temple, we ended up like it was fully built. We drove to Seattle, like outside of Seattle, and filmed the meet and greet and the reveal in the same day with the build already being done.
Already done.
So like, that gives you some
So they
context.
given production the details. So they gave us the details. Like, okay, so now you go and have your
So you're faking it, right?
That was the part that was
Basically.
kind of fake.
Yeah.
You're having your meeting of the initial meeting. You're like, but before we get that done, but you're literally meeting for the first time and going through
So
those details. But you know
What's going on with Michael here? What is he doing?
Like Michael's being he's cutting himself.
This is all probably like boring stuff.
I just want everybody to know that Michael's still on this podcast. What?
Michael, show us that you're safe.
I feel bad that you're
I'm
seeing
all good.
Abbotsford Michael.
Are you in a safe place,
Sorry.
Michael?
Yeah,
I'm
this
all
is
good.
Surrey Mike.
Sorry,
I'm
Michael.
drinking,
Surrey Mike. Yeah, this is Mike from Surrey.
11 beers so far tonight, plus one
That's it.
rum and coke.
Oh, Michael,
so
I'm disappointed.
we will
Party
see
number, son.
how
Wait,
well I'm
wait.
doing.
Man, you're a
11
man your
beers?
size in that many hours.
To be
Plus,
fair,
maybe
it is his birthday.
3 ahead of time before the show. So we will see. I
Okay,
may
wait.
end up in an NPR.
More
Bluebirds in a
more
couple years.
importantly, are his eyes open? Because they look like
Well, that's
He's
kind of,
Asian Michael now.
that's kind of like Asian Jim from the office. We got now playing the role of Michael Gillen. Asian Michael.
oh, I pity everybody that's still listening. So for everybody
I
still
hope there is.
listening,
Rob,
with
I
Rob
feel like we're
Stone
doing
has
this for ourselves
canceled
Where?
out by now.
just so we're clear, where was Rob? Like he logged on for 1
He's
minute.
house sitting right now, and
I
he has
know.
bad connection. So
Did he text
decided
you?
To,
Okay.
Yes, he did text me. He said he has. He's
like,
house
there's too
sitting
many
and he has
Canadians
bad
on right now.
connection.
He's got to come
He
back. later.
tried to make it work, but bad
Yeah.
connection. So he's
So
gonna
what
tap
that really means is he logged on, saw Mike, and said, "Fuck this! I'm not getting on this." and
out.
left.
Pretty much. Yeah, that's
He's-
probably
he's
what
like-
happened.
He's like, that's the co-host. Yeah, yeah.
All right.
We should probably let you guys go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
can
know
do
what
this for
though?
hours.
Just before we
We
do
will
that,
literally
guys,
talk all night if you let us.
really, really interesting. Honestly, I find it really cool to listen to you guys and talk about that show because it's such a not this doesn't happen to anybody, right? Like this
No,
is a
like,
rare
that's-
thing.
No.
And I think it's
Yeah,
really
that's-
cool to hear the experience.
So
Said like that's like an experience we had that like nobody gets. Like there's people that like try like their whole lives to get a TV show and like it sounds shitty and kind of cunty to say, but like we didn't even look for a show. It just kind of came to us.
yeah.
And then like then when we got it, we just tried to crush it. Like let's just be our
Yeah.
do our best and like we busted our asses. Busted our asses. Like I was getting like 2-3 hours of sleep every night. Me and Rach and Greg, there was a few times Greg had to go somewhere, but like the three of us for the most part were
The
there.
key for the
key.
builds.
Yeah, for the builds. And like it was, and like Rach, for example, she hates snakes. So it was like they brought her in. Yeah, that was kind of a thing, right? So they made an episode about that, and like they made that part of the show, which is cool. But it was like, nope, we'll foot down and knowing the responsibility and the stuff. Like we had fun while we did it, and that was we wanted to make sure that showed through too. And they had at the end of every episode, they have like us drinking beers, all of us, and like joking around. Which is cool. And now there's some other shows I've seen they do that now too. And like, so here's the thing: while we were filming, they made a beer dragon, Kevin, who they put stupid hats on it. So we had like a TV producer, like a high-end TV producer, who's like big wig in the industry. He did all this stuff. He actually left for Apple, came back just to do our show. He's like, now they've got me like, he's like, literally, my job is like babysitting this one guy and finding hats for a lizard. He's like, he's like going to like toy stores and like pulling hats off to put hats on Kevin. So The Good Place came out the second season while we were filming. All the shorts were coming out. Like industry knew what was going on with our show, and suddenly they got an iguana with a hat on.
Yeah. So there was some tie-ins and
It's
other
like
stuff.
how they're copying our show on like an established hit show. So it tells you something. Yeah, they like brought a reptile on, made sure they put a hat on it. Yeah, it was funny. Like, but the fact that they even did that, he was like, "This is great." Yeah, and then Pete, the initial producer, did like Viva La Bam. He did like MTV Road Rules. He dealt with like the Jackass guys. And he's like,
Deal with us.
Okay. Probably didn't think that.
Yeah. It was a crazy ride, but like I think the coolest thing for me is the fact that somehow we manifested it and it just happened. But like even the people that we met that had their own show that was in the same boat as us, like they probably spent like six figures trying to get it themselves, and it
Trying to get a show.
yeah, and they paid money to try and make this happen.
Events and stuff to put that out
Yeah,
there, like,
it just fell in our laps and it happened. Like it didn't, we didn't
we
cause
heard from a
it.
bunch of people. They're like, you like the Firefly, of like the reptile
Yeah.
hobby and stuff. I was like, and I wish we could have done more because it would have been better
Yeah.
because we knew what it was going to look like now. Okay, now I know what it's going to look like. So now I know what to do to properly present what I mean or what I want to show, like what I'm, how I am, right? You know, does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it does. But also the other weird thing is like we found out after the fact that some of these reality shows are based on, you know, a business, but it's not a business. It was a business that was kind of made up for TV. We were a legitimate business.
We were tanked. We went to do a build after the show. Went down to LA. On our way down there, we stopped in Vegas and went to the tanks place, the
Acrylic tank manufacturing.
We went there, took some pictures. I went in and we're like, do a tour. And they're like, let's go. They had like these weird pages at the front because their show had just been canceled. Ours was still airing.
Yeah.
We hadn't renewed yet, but there was like talk of renewing. And there's this big, nasty letter about Susan Dinage is like canceling her show, blah, blah, blah. We're like, oh, she likes our show. But didn't say a word. And there's this whole layer right in to get our show to keep going. And like the general from that show was there, took us on our tour. And he was like asking us, so it's funny. So at first he was like pretending like he had no idea who we were, which is fine. Like whatever. Like we weren't like a big deal, like no big deal. And then like partway through, he's like, so you guys got renewed yet? Like he like literally was like, we were just randos. And then he's like, so has your guys' show been renewed? So he knew who we were. Right.
But-
It's just funny as hell. I was like, that's weird.
They had an old school guy who did all their drawings and like initial designs for them, which was
This is
crazy.
weird as hell.
So I was a huge fan of their show before all this. And at one point, me and my wife were in Vegas, and so we went there. And so I'd met this guy once before.
An architect on the show, a designer.
Yeah, he was a designer on the show. So anyways, when we did this second tour with us, and he realized who I
Who
was.
remembered him?
He remembered me, but he also reached out to me privately because he knew the show would be canceled.
He's like, so,
Like he was basically trying to like
to get on our
he
show.
basically wanted to be hired by me.
Jumping ship.
Yeah, he was jumping ship to to like basically work for us doing the same thing. And at that point we didn't know what was going to happen, but like soon after that, like ATM is no longer, like they went under because they didn't have the show anymore. Like it was like, and there was a lot of reasons behind it, but like it's crazy that again, a show like he was telling us, like, you know, once you get into your third or fourth season, all of a sudden the equipment manufacturers want to like give you machines so that it like everything becomes free because it gets publicity for them.
Gets on the show.
And so like everything that they had was kind of like,
Comped. Everything's comp for coverage on TV.
you know, and they had this huge
Publicity.
facility, but as soon as the network stuff dried up,
Yeah.
well, now you have expenses of rent and everything else. Well, you're on a limited lifespan if you don't have the sales anymore. And
And most of the builds from the show were back in the shop.
Yeah.
They didn't work.
yeah,
Like we're talking
So
about, like you were saying before.
So you're talking about tanked, right? You're saying that
Yeah.
they went out of business after that?
yeah,
Just to
they're
confirm.
no longer.
That's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, but
That
it's
kind
like
of
he like
blows
was
my
like
mind.
he knew who we were. And he's like, so you guys get renewed it, but like we're in discussions, but not yet. So we don't know.
Yeah, so like there was one build that he was showing us, and he told us the backstory, and he's like, it was for a casino that they did, and I wouldn't know the episode or anything, but they never paid him, so he went and took it back. So they had this build, but there
a bunch of the show that didn't work that they had to take
yeah,
back to.
if you look online about like the history of Tanked, like because it's made for TV and because fish are so sensitive, you can't just dump fish in. You know, once it's set up, it's got a cycle. Well, cycling doesn't work for TV.
It'll
So,
look good for
anyway.
a few hours. It just won't last, right?
Right.
Exactly.
We can't. Yeah. So
So-
that was one of the points that like we made was like this has to work long term. So we didn't have those issues, thankfully. There's a couple of minor things after the fact. It was like stuff we could fix.
When
but it was
Ty
like
wants
nothing.
his discus tank in his basement, we gotta cycle it for like 6 months, and then
Wait,
it might
yeah.
might
Is,
do well.
is Mike
Thanks for
talking
chatting.
right now?
Yeah.
Glad you're alive.
Was that Mike we heard?
I'm not sure.
This podcast is sponsored by Kokanee. $20.
Can we get proof?
Kokanee,
Can we get proof
a
of-
beer
proof of
like
life
American beer
Can we
that
get proof
tastes
of
just
life?
like water.
from the Mike Squatch? And it wasn't.
Poor Mike. I don't know how long we can go. Mike's already.
Oh, no.
What else is that? Captain Morgan?
He's used to this.
Yeah. That's what we're drinking tonight.
Oh yeah,
Oh,
that's what
jeez.
Greg drinks.
We'll see you next week, brother.
All right, I gotta go pee, but if we want to keep this going, we can, but it's up to you guys.
No, I'm gonna call it quits eventually because I've had too much
It's-
drinking.
Yeah.
It's
hours
11:20
Holy
Dominic's time because
Is
my
that my
computer for
time?
some reason is in Ontario
3
time.
hours
Yeah.
long. Very much long.
You
This
know
is
what?
happens when you bring me on. Sorry.
Let's do something good. You know what? Honestly, great info. I loved it because I love this shit. Let's all do one thing for the New Year's. So,
Okay.
what are you most thankful of, and what are you hoping for your 2026? Let's go each guys, and then let's close it off like that.
Start with Michael.
Yeah, Mike. If Michael can still
That-
speak.
That'll give us some time to think.
So, what we're most thankful of, and what's for the new year, kind of thing.
Yeah. Like, what are you most thankful for 2025, and what are you hoping for 2026?
Well, 2025,
Learn how to
I'm,
speak,
uh,
Michael.
I might learn how to speak, but
It's
I'm
New
definitely
Year's
thankful for my
2026,
family. Definitely thankful for spending time with my family, and 2026. Definitely thankful for spending time with my friends and seeing what the future sees me.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Mike.
kind of thing.
I forgot to add we're on a reptile podcast, so we were looking for reptile answers. But anyway, keep going.
Well, maybe some Bahama boas, but I don't know if they're gonna fucking breed for me. So I think I'll go with that.
All right. You
So I'll go. So reptile related, just to be clear.
You can say your life too. We'll add it, but there's
I'm
got to
just
be
saying,
some
family and
reptile
friends-
content in there.
Family and friends, obviously, are the big one I'm thankful for. But you know, in my collection of stuff, I mean, I'm looking forward to some Mexi Blacks, maybe some Lake Chapala Garters this year. Some more variable kings, and just kind of advancing it, getting my brand out now with the Pugnacious Yeti stuff, and then just rocking and rolling and doing some shows with Greggy and having some laughs and drinks and continuing on to make new friends.
well, for me, 2025 has been a weird year, but there's definitely been some pluses. Well, just I don't know, sales and everything in general is kind of up in the air right now. It's oh, you done?
Weird, like Michael Weird, or like
Anyways, I did have a really cool thing that happened to me on Friday, which I thought was awesome. I got into Black Tree monitors,
so many.
and I really want to be able to like have them more interactive. So I've been like hand feeding them and like tongue feeding and I finally this on Friday the one male has been so interested to like want to get out where I was able to like actually get it to jump onto me, but then jump back into the cage. It was obviously feeding driven, but yeah, but it like that was cool experience for me to finally kind of like, oh, it's starting to work. That like this interaction is starting to build and it's starting to learn that I'm maybe not so bad. So that was super cool. 2026 looking forward to. We're hoping to kind of build out a retail side of things, and I feel like in the last week it's kind of been derailed in terms of moving, but looking forward to 2026 to kind of build in the walk-in and like be more of a retail and kind of build that side of things. Obviously friends and family, and I'm always looking or loving to be able to laugh about shit and the fact that I can do something that's not always easy, but like it is the passion and I make a living off of it is just like insane in my eyes. Like we had a TV show, we did all this stuff, and it's like as much as it stresses me out doing this for a living, like being able to do what I love versus doing what I need for a paycheck is pretty crazy. So pretty appreciative of the opportunities that we've been given over the years.
And it's like 20 years of making the easy stuff hard.
Well, yeah. Don't even get me started about things that should be easy and take me 8
I
times.
should have worn my Greg West Ruin My Life shirt. Now I'm thinking about that.
I should have worn that.
We
too.
have
That's a
fun,
good
and
shirt,
most
too.
of the shit that we do is like for our own entertainment, and
90%
yeah,
of it is,
and we hope that it entertains others.
Hey, I love it, boys.
So
I
what
guess
about
for
you,
my
Dom?
Yeah, you're the last
Your
one.
turn.
what am I thankful for 2025? Of course, my family, my kids, my wife. When it comes to reptile related, I'm thankful to two main people. It'll be Michael for the podcast. Great friendship. I think we've had a lot of good times. I'll have to add Shan onto that. Like, I want to say he's my business partner. He is unofficially. We pretty much do everything together, but he's a great guy. He's always helped me out. He's always been there, and great breeder, great person. 2026, what am I hoping for? I mean, I know all my carpets are going to go, and I'm going to get crazy amounts of carpets, but if I had to say what I really want to go, I'm hoping to finally get diamonds and roughies this year. That's my two goals.
Your
If I
show.
can get
2026 or so.
And
Oh, and you know what? I hope to move the amount of listeners from 4 to 6 by the end of 2026.
oh,
So if we get
You'll have
there,
that
it's going to
done
be
by next week.
amazing.
next week you've got that done. You're going to bring Shan with you to WCRE next year.
He was actually supposed to be here today, but he's sick as a dog. But in all honesty, if I had to talk about the podcast, right now I offered to pay Michael for half the $30 a month or whatever it is he paid. For some reason, he said no.
That's
But
Michael.
I wish we could have at least the show costs us nothing, right? It'd be cool to have one or two just to pay off the show so it doesn't cost us anything to just rant and talk about nothing all day, right? So that's my goal for 2026. I hope we don't have to make a profit, but it'd be cool to break even.
Okay,
So
how about this?
That would be cool.
Yeah. How about this?
Tell the people to make that happen.
If it's $30 a month, Cornell's World will cover
There we go.
your cost.
is it $30 a month, right, Mike?
Well, it's maybe a little bit more than that, but honestly, anything
Well,
would be
$30
pretty
is my
cool.
limit.
$30 is $30.
I don't even
That would be
need
pretty
anything.
cool.
I just believe in you, Michael.
Again, I don't. He doesn't ask
Thank
me
you,
for half
Greg.
the money, so I don't know. So I'm here. I assumed it was $30. Is it more than $30 a month? Honestly, Mike?
We'll talk next week.
I'll have to look at it, but whatever
We'll
it
talk.
charges my credit card.
You know what,
Have some
Greg?
invoices.
Just send me the $30. It's all good. It's all
I've
good.
fallen for that before. I ain't no
It's all
dummy
good.
twice.
The bottle of spice rum a month. Yeah.
Yeah, that's an alcohol bill that's easy to disappear.
Easy
And
alcohol bill
I would
for
like to
the
thank
Reptile Show weekend.
Cornell's World for sponsoring this podcast for $30 a month. To Dom, thank you very much.
You got to
Well, we can
use
do
that
that pretty
one with the
easily.
slur. That's perfect.
$300 a month. I heard what?
I barely drank.
All right, well, cheers, boys. I need another refill. We're not done yet.
We're just starting.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Any last few words before I close it out, gents?
Thanks for having us. It was
Thanks,
fun.
Greg.
guys.
Thanks, Chris.
Keep kicking ass,
Good to
guys.
see you,
I didn't
boys.
think it would
Hey.
go 3.5 hours or 3.5 hours.
I
You should have
Hey,
seen
Michael.
last week's show went fucking 3.5 hours when we talked about Angolan pythons and fucking
Ooh.
Really?
ring pythons
Hey,
the
how long
whole
we got?
time.
Oh shit! We got 2 more minutes to kill then.
Yeah. What was the actual
Golden pythons beat us.
what was the actual time just so we can go 1 second over?
Well, I think we've already beat it, honestly.
Okay.
Sorry,
And
William.
we're done.
Eat your liar face.
So, on that token, Greg, Chris, thank you for coming on. I appreciate it. You guys are pretty cool dudes, and I look. You know what?
Thank you.
One day
Yeah.
I will get my ass to the western side of Canada.
Please do.
Merry
And come and
Christmas
see you
to
guys.
Happy New Year. And
Thank you
we'll
very
see you
much.
guys in 2026.
We've got
Mike, you're a
full-time
fucking
listeners here,
cool
brother.
dude.
thank you for coming on. Thank you for being my co-host or host, and I be your co-host. It's cool. Again, Mike, Chris, you guys are cool dudes. Thank you, everyone.
He's gonna talk to be a host. You can't just
He
giggle.
usually talks.
Maybe.
He usually talks.
I might be able to talk. You can reach
Let
out
him
to
have
me
another
at
3 beers.
On
Michael
second
Gillen
thought,
at-
yes. Let's just leave him with that.
Wait, everybody. Michael's saying his contacts. Go ahead.
You can reach out to me at Michael Gillen on Facebook or Instagram. Maybe a double underscore in between the first and last name on Instagram. But
And everybody, don't
Maybe.
put the slurs
We'll
in
see.
between his words, right? It's just typical writing.
For a giant
All right.
man, he really can't hold his liquor.
No, he just can't. So
He's
to
a
everyone,
big man,
thank
baby.
you very much for logging on to Reptile Rejects. I wish everybody a happy New Year, a Merry Christmas, a happy holiday, a happy Hanukkah, a happy whatever religion you are. We love you
Kwanzaa?
all.
Kwanzaa.
Oh, sure, Kwanzaa, whatever it is. I love everybody.